I need to refresh my laptop so I can keep up with the peoples. Oh, there's an ad. Cool, cool.
There is an ad. Yes.
For Netflix original series.
Oh, you're seeing that too. Yeah, it's like that's how promotion works or something.
Based on the worldwide bestseller. But what is it?
Guns and Shadow and Bone. I think I'm vaguely familiar with that.
Hey, SG. Hey, Crockett.
Yay, guys. Welcome in. This is some bullshit.
I have no idea what's actually on the docket for today. Well, that's perfectly
It's
fair.
okay. We barely know what's on the docket for today anyway.
I know the couple things that I know.
Yeah. So, so I mentioned this on the server, but we're this is going to be our Potpourri Night. There's a couple odds and ends with Kirby that I'd like to get to just for the sake of things before we get too far ahead of this point in time. Um, Kirby, this is around the start of oh words.
This is the end of, I would say, the flagship era, and we're getting right into the start of with the next major Kirby game in Superstar Ultra, the Kumazaki era,
Mhm.
where the new director takes over at HAL Laboratories and moves the series forward.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Which personally I kind of see as the modern era of Kirby. Um,
Yes.
Well, yeah, it is because he's still the director. So,
okay. So kind of like I guess kind of like how Sonic is classic Dreamcast modern. I guess Kirby is classic flagship modern or what have you.
yeah, Kirby definitely has like three distinct eras.
Yeah. I would say it's like Sakurai, Soul, and uh,
Eh.
I guess you could kind of split the first half of the 90s and the second half of the 90s, but
Well, but then you get like 5 games and then
yeah,
yeah.
it's weird to do so.
but point being, at this point in time in the Kirby series, there was a lot of spin-off material or a lot of cross-media material that Kirby had. Just little odds and ends here and there. And so I figure before we really get into the modern era, let it be fun to just take a night to explore some of that, as well as just do a couple little funsy fan things, just for variety's sake. It's weird how modern Kirby begins with a remake, but said remake legitimate starts a bunch of things that become iconic of modern Kirby. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to revisiting Ultra from a series perspective. Because Ultra's one of the few from this point that I have played, but I don't have a lot of the context of how subsequent games expanded on what Ultra did. So definitely looking forward to revisiting that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we're good to start.
Yeah, I
Yeah, why
think we're
not?
good.
I
Okay.
don't think delaying any further will do any good.
All right. So first up, we have Flash games. Kirby, especially at this point in time, had a lot of odd Flash games here and again. Just between the anime and some of the games that came out around this era. This is when video game companies or various properties really started pushing a lot of using websites and just having little flash games on their websites. Like Cartoon Network had a lot of that. Nickelodeon had a lot of that. Uh,
Oh, are we going to play a shitty fighting game where Kirby fights Stewie Griffin in a mech?
Unfortunately, not.
Oh,
Are we?
damn.
Are we?
I wanted Stewie Griffin's negative 18 on hit attack.
Are we going to play Cartoon Network's Kick the Can?
I was trust me, I've been thinking a lot about that over this past week. Going, man, Cartoon Network had some decent games.
Are we going to play the Osmosis Jones cowboy tie-in game?
That one I don't know. I know nothing about.
As you can see by the Wayback Machine that we're using,
right here.
These are very abandoned by their creators.
Well, they can't see. Okay, they can see it now.
See it. Yeah. Alrighty. So, Flash doesn't exist anymore. You might recall that Flash went extinct at the start of this year, and in fact, Adobe disabled it for everyone. So what I'm using is I'm using an add-on in Firefox that's just generically called Flash Player 2021, but it uses a software called Ruffle that acts as a Flash emulator. Obviously, really recommended by Adobe, but and it's still very much a work in progress. But it does pretty decently at emulating a lot of the games that existed, or some versions of Flash. I'm sure if we were to do this a couple months down the line, we'd have access to more games. But for the time being, I'm just playing a couple of the games that I've had access to, or that I've been able to do.
Have you tested it? Because
yeah, I've tested each of the games we're going to do tonight. Not to worry.
Okay, because I know Ruffle was kind of iffy about that.
Sure.
Please tell me there's a Digimon the Movie tying game that's like the Sonic 2 special stages. Yes, but it's actually a combination of the Sonic 1, 2, and 3 special stages, all awkwardly stitched together with Kaori narrating how they're connected.
Right. I'll also tell you right off the bat, don't expect a whole lot from these Flash games.
I'm expecting the world. I'm expecting you to play it and just everyone will instantly go deaf with just a really loud Anime King D scream that's horribly optimized.
I laughed, I cried, I questioned the meaning of life.
All right. So the first one of these comes from our friends at 4Kids and is called Kirby Canvas Craze. You can guess when about it came out. 2005.
Oh, damn, I thought it was like right after the Iraq War started. I thought this was just the response.
Oh. No.
No.
It's just a print program.
Oh.
So
why isn't it Line Rider? That would have been actually really cool.
Paint a Kirby masterpiece.
Yeah, you're expecting.
Where the fuck's Paint Roller?
Way too much from. Yeah, no Paint Roller. It's so you can just draw. I guess print stuff out if you really want.
I had like a Pokemon version of this as actual software as a kid.
I do too. I actually have both of them now. I had one back in the day, and I somehow acquired one years later.
I have that game. I have never played it. Pokemon Print Shop Red version, I think it was called.
Yep.
Oh my god, this is like the Steve from Blue's Clues drawing of Kirby.
Let's see. Let's add a nice little pattern here. There we go. You can't see him at all.
Give him cheeks. I want to see if adding cheeks makes him worse or better.
You are doing it out of order. You are a rebel. Oh god, I hate it. Look at the bootleg child's rendition of Pikachu of I forgot the cheeks.
Let's see. Let's switch the pattern a little bit. There we go. All right. And then let's work in negative space, I'm thinking. So we do first you draw the circle. No, wait, that's not it at all.
You're doing it out of order. First you draw a circle, then you dot the eyes, a great big smile.
There. And presto. It's
They never explain how to do the limbs.
Sure.
I'm lost.
That's presto. That's the presto part. What don't you understand?
All right. But we could even go one step easier if we really want. First, you draw the circle, then you I don't know.
Presto limbs. Hey, Fit Kirby.
Dot the Oh no. Oh no, we're in trouble.
Dot the I's.
There we go. Add a great big smile.
That's just Raphael the Raven.
And presto, it's Raphael. Wait, he has to
Well,
have
are you-
hairs.
Excuse me, we got a request from Mark Soul
Oh, all right, Mark Soul.
from memory. Do it.
Oh boy. Well, I have a little Mark's dude here. I guess I could use him. Let's see.
Okay,
So
it's a slightly darker purple, and his tongue is long.
okay, so there's purple.
First, you draw a circle.
You should play Kirby Slide, the e-reader exclusive GameCube game.
Trust
That
me,
is on the official Kirby tier list.
trust me. I thought about how the hell to do that, but then I gave up after I decided no. That's just fucking it's just the slidey puzzle. Just play Final Fantasy 1 if you really want that. Let's see, we're in a bit of trouble here, so I do that. Wait, is there one sufficiently starry? There, that has a lot of stars.
That is sufficiently starry.
Okay, so then we need to do little circles. So we do one of these and one
Okay.
of these.
All right.
This looks more like NZ from Kirby 64.
I'm dangerously on track for GUI here, so we'll need to watch ourselves. Let's see.
Now this is
No,
like
that-
Gooey who's seen some shit. Like
Well,
there's
that's
no
what I-
relaxation in his
He'll
soul.
have the little hat thingies.
This is just the devil. This is the bully from Mario 64.
Then he has a righteous, scary wing.
And presto, it's Mark's.
Cool.
Wait, is not Mark's yet? So he's got the little shoe dads, and then he has.
No, they have to be the weird shaped shoes that are like almost high heels.
Yeah, like he has to have like
Okay.
Waluigi
So he
genie
has-
shoes.
He has high heels there.
Okay. Where the fuck is his bow tie?
Oh, excuse me. His bow tie. I'm so glad you asked. It's green, so it stands out.
It's green now.
Let's see. So there's that, and then it has little all tattered and torn down here.
And now he
Is
needs
he
a tongue.
bleeding? Is his bow tie bleeding?
Sure. And
Give
then-
him a big old tongue, a big old happy tongue.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's this color. So tongue, he'll be there.
And he has like vampire teeth, doesn't he?
In Soul, yeah, he does.
They'll be whatever color this is. There. Oh wait. He has little deedly eyes too. We'll
Mark
use
Soul
some
has a
pencil.
necklace instead of a bow tie.
Well, they
Yeah,
have to-
it's
they have to be
uglier. I'm
crossed-eyed.
taking artistic liberty.
Oh.
They have to be crossed. No, not that crossed. The other.
The pencil's not very good.
They
we'll
they
do a
need
little-
to be on the note far left.
Oh, wall-eyed.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is. Perfect.
I want to meet the patron artist that exclusively uses Paint to Kirby Masterpiece.
Let's see. Is there a list for the Flash games you guys are playing? Well, yes, there is. And these guys
I can post
have
it in the
access to
chat.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, let me go ahead.
Masterpiece.
It'll probably look ugly
All right, and then,
when it's actually posted in the chat.
and then
so-
let's post Kirby fighting him, or Shadow Kirby, apparently.
So hopefully this comes out decent. Yeah, there we go.
Kirby's pink. We'll give him another Kirby.
Because he's got maximum pink.
Yeah, and then there. He's facing him.
Beautiful.
I
And
love it.
This Kirby's punching him too.
Marks never fights two Kirbys. Print it.
I don't know that I can print it.
Do it. Print it.
I've never seen a bigger waste of ink in my entire life.
Yeah, so this is just a little art studio doodad.
God, I've owned a Rob Liefeld comic in my life, and I've never seen a more disappointing use of art.
So
It's not even a good paint program. I would rather use paint to do what this is doing.
all right, I'm gonna erase this in a sec. So take a screenshot if you haven't.
I've
already.
taken the screenshot.
Okay.
Yep, I am posting it in the server.
Perfect. All right, and then just for now it won't play nice because
See, if you do it like that, that's actually kind of classy and like minimalist.
Yeah, there we go. It's a commentary on something.
Well, I wouldn't say a commentary, but
I would say it's a commentary.
Then
This is Canvas Craze. Yes, we're doing it in the order that it was posted. So
we'll have Nega versus Kirby's going this way.
I type back in. I saw marks for 1 second. I posted it in the server, Crockett.
There.
And what's this one titled?
Hyperspace Kirby.
Hyperspace? Okay.
the duality of Kirby.
There. I like that. All right.
Okay,
enough.
let's go to Waddle Doom.
Okay. So
Yeah, I'm good.
That was interesting, but yeah.
All right, so we move on next to Waddle Doom. Let's see. Here we go. You have to give it a minute's load because not only is this not hosted on an official site, it's hosted on a web archive of a not official site. This got buried a bit. All right, now supposedly this existed in 2008, but if it was created in 2008, I have many questions.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Oops. Hold on. I have to...
No, this is perfect.
Yeah, I like this.
No, I don't think it's actually sharing the sound here. I have to do it for the people's benefit.
Oh, okay.
There we go. All right. Here we go. Let me know if that's too loud.
You have 1 minute to shoot as many Waddle Doos as you can. Watch out for bonus color Waddle Doos. No, I hate that because the title implies that Waddle Doo is involved.
I don't think that they can hear us over this.
Let me adjust.
But also the crust. It's a bit too loud, yeah.
All right.
Loud? Yeah.
Bad.
You can't, but you responded to me.
Okay. All right. Is that any better?
Who do I believe? Nani? Trumpet? Yeah, no, this is an original mix. That's a little bit... We can hear you, but not very well.
All right. I'll make this
More.
real. Luckily, the music should loop.
There wasn't the best part of the song? Yeah.
Oh,
There wasn't the
there's no-
part where Fire Lion goes roar. I missed that part.
I'll have to
There
refresh.
wasn't the how can I help you, King DDD?
All right, let's
Well,
leave
see,
this
that's the
quiet.
actual best part. I was...
There. How's that? Is this good?
Let's see. In time.
Back at you.
God, this music is so good for such a lackluster title screen.
Oh my god, I remember when I was trying to sneak onto the computer late at night. I was like, let's check out something. And then I got an ad for Fighting Foodons. That was just the Fighting Foodons main theme, and it woke everyone in the house up. Because it was so loud that it was peaking itself.
You always seem to keep coming back to Fighting Foodons.
It's happened twice. Which
Yeah,
isn't
so-
a lot, but that's more than you'd think.
Chad says you might have made it too quiet.
Okay. We'll refresh one more time. I think this is supposed to loop, but due to 1 being hosted on a fan site, 2 being an archive, and 3 being in Ruffle, you're not getting a loop. Alright. Is this okay?
Can we just waddle the dooms?
Okay, here we go. Alright, are you guys ready? I have to shoot as many Waddle Dees. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, it's the instrumental version. Do it, shoot him.
This is super lame.
No, it's Doom.
Oh no, I let him go! He lives! He's gonna go pillage the village side or whatever Waddle
He's going to
do.
Waddle live.
Legit, this makes Game Maker games look amazing.
Why aren't you letting the D's reach heaven?
Because I'm dooming them. That's the name of the game.
Yeah,
I'm coming
Kirby-
right back at them.
It's a dumb name because there's no Waddle Doos.
We're already in Dreamland. There's nowhere else to ascend to. We're purifying their souls as they go to heaven.
Oh, so
They're going
we're-
up, and Kirby's like, I am the light and the way. I will show you everything there is to see.
So
How
we're,
do you lose?
we're the
Oh
batter?
wait, it's just time.
Alright.
Oh, game over!
That's the game.
You got 190 out of whatever.
Alright.
What
Now,
is this
I
trumpet
can
mix? Where did it
submit my
originate
score.
from?
Or,
I know that this trumpet mix exists on the Kirby channel on the Wii.
Okay,
Oh,
I did it.
submit
I
score
submitted my
didn't
score.
work.
Okay, good.
Alright, now let's play it again.
Wait, is the music stacking on itself?
It is!
It is.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Wait a sec. Wait a sec. You can shoot the stars and your score goes up.
You can kill already dead ones.
Wow.
Kirby
This
can
is all-
kill the damned.
This is an impressive level of trash, I have to say. Even for bad Flash games. Like,
And
wow.
again, this was 2008, which means not only is this pretty well into Flash games being a thing, but the show was off the air for years by this time, wasn't it? Like, I know it had a revival to get the last few episodes localized or whatever, but
I forget. Because I know that the finale was like much later or something like
Yeah.
that.
Do again. Yeah. No one can hear. No thought. Only right back at ya.
yeah. So for the record, I have in fact programmed games like this in Unity. This is one of the first things you learn to do as
The
schmuck.
chat is asking for death.
Okay. I'll mute it.
All right.
There it is. Now you're free. All right, enough of this. Supposedly there are other games from that 4Kids did. There's a couple Shuffle Puzzles and Star Ride, but neither of these work. And the wiki ominously says that Star Ride exact release date is unknown. It's only recorded appearances online date back to December 5th and 6th, 2008. Archive pages before and after this date do not acknowledge its existence, meaning it may have been removed before 2009 for an unknown reason.
Do not acknowledge its existence. That's like it's erasing Kirby culture or something.
I can't believe we have canceled Kirby Star Ride.
Anyway, enough of this. What did I say was next? All right, so next is the Nightmare in Dreamland Kirby mini game, which, curiously enough, was not officially posted on just a website. This was only accessible to members of Nintendo VIP 24/7, a Europe-exclusive loyalty program later rebranded as Club Nintendo.
Kirby Star Ride. Do not research.
All right. Again, archive of fan sites of blah, 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 blah.
Close the wiki.
Oh, right. Sorry. All right. Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, Kirby
That
Mini
is the
Shpaya.
most generic sound effect I've heard in my life.
Oh, I love boingy.
We can either start or we can
Boing.
do Hilf.
Let's go for Hilf.
All right. Benzute die Fitz. I can't speak German.
Well, do you want to Zerk or do you want to waiter?
I think I want to waiter. All right. So
Samle 10 Tomaten.
amass 10 tomatoes. The level will be 1. General, avoid these jerks. Alright, so the Great Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland enemies. Frog, Javelin Knight, Kaboo, Fan, Pig thing that replaced Coconut thing.
I assume Crockett because it was on a German website.
Yeah. My guess is that this was the only rip that exists, for whatever reason, was a rip that a German fan took of the game.
Well, Germany might have had a unique website as well.
Maybe.
Boing.
All right, here we go.
Start.
All right, so I have to avoid enemies, collect tomatoes. I can collect parasols to protect myself from falling enemies.
See, this game was made 6 years earlier, and it's far better quality than the last one. Like, it's not amazing, but like Kirby's animated, and
It's not named Waddle Doom though.
It's true.
true.
This is just the Nightmare in Dreamland mini game.
Yeah, this one sucks at advertising.
It does give Kirby a cute little parasol hat, though.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tank all these jerks. All right, that ran out. All right, I abgeschlossen the level. All right, let's sally forth. Now it's a little harder. Enemies are coming down faster. And this is the whole game. It's just going to be more... They're going to speed up the enemy, the item movement rate, but otherwise it's just infinite. See how long you can last.
Yeah, pretty boring, but...
Yeah, I don't it's hard for me to like look at a Flash game and go, huh, this is significantly worse than a Game and Watch.
You think it is? Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, Game & Watches have like strategy that comes from being in a very specific location, but like it's so loose that it doesn't get that kind of arcade feel nearly
Yeah,
as
you
well.
don't, you don't get any Twitch reflex. Wait, did you win?
I won.
That's the whole game?
That's the whole game.
You did it?
apparently.
Awesome. Quest complete.
Da 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 da.
We did it. We beat a Kirby game.
Yeah, we beat a Kirby game this stream. Can't
Man.
blame us for
Oh
not.
no, we beat Waddle Doom too. We submitted the high score and no one else
Yeah,
competed.
Fair.
We are
I would argue that we beat Art as well.
I would agree with that. All right. Enough of this. All right. Next up on the list is Air Ride Jigsaw Puzzle. All right, guys, are you ready? Here we go.
Oh boy.
It's going
It's
to be
a
a jigsaw
jigsaw.
puzzle. Yeah, so it's just a puzzle.
oh, okay.
Can you?
But like, are you
Well,
good
at
at
least-
Jigsaw?
At least you can turn the pieces, I guess.
Why is it a Japanese Jigsaw puzzle?
Oh, this is from the Japanese website.
Okay.
Some of these are from the 4Kids ones obviously are from our US. The last one we did was German. This is none of this is how any of that worked. There we go.
I don't believe this has any sound.
No sound for this one. Just a soulless contemplation of our mortality.
They really should have put a timer in this. That alone would have at least made it something.
No, they should put in like D to D, and he like takes the pieces and puts them in the wrong spot.
Oh, that would have been
And
fun.
you go, no, D to D, that's dumb. But sometimes he puts them in the right spot, and you start to question your own decisions.
Well,
And then
yeah,
everyone gets into a massive argument, and then no
I'm
one
just-
actually finishes the puzzle. And then Meta Knight comes in once everyone is gone and finishes it himself.
Ah, Kirby, you're not very good at puzzles.
I agree, but I'm talking about like from the perspective of what is the bare minimum we can do to make this qualify as a game, and I think a timer would probably be that.
Well, now you're going to get into some visual novel debate bullshit.
I guess.
Like, is this more of a game than Higurashi?
Just put morphogenic sorrow to the background of this, and you're good. Whoops. Let's see, a little bit of that there. Oh, you there. Yeah. So a little bit of this.
We're all very proud, honey.
I did warn you not to expect a whole lot from these. Kirby doesn't have amazing Flash games, but they do exist, and they are apparently officially recognized.
Where's the one where
So-
Kirby has a gun and everything explodes in giant showers of blood?
That's Newgrounds. That doesn't count.
Yeah, but that's like the epitome of Flash game.
Man,
Like
Newgrounds
that,
is-
or like Wispy Woods surgery and dress up.
Oh, no,
Lord,
no.
There we go. And a little bit of that. There we go. We won.
Okay, I honestly didn't think it would even tell you that you won. I thought it
didn't
would just
expect-
end.
I didn't think that the
Yeah,
image
no
would turn
moral.
I didn't think the image would like fade into an actual image. I thought it would just stay the puzzle pieces.
Nah. You'll be smirching Flash games too hard. There's some powerful games out there. Oh, don't get me wrong. I grew up on a healthy amount of Cartoon Network Flash games, Homestar Runner Flash games. I know the score, but they're
Yeah,
not
please.
wrong. A lot of it is just friggin' there's a lot of things that are either Newgrounds edgy for edgy's sake, or this stuff.
There's a lot of good experimental stuff made by independent creators.
Now, actually, this next one you might appreciate a little bit. Let's
Might
see.
I?
Speed Eaters is next. You'll recall that this is a sub game from Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Well, it was also a Flash game.
Okay.
They
Why would I
apparently-
appreciate that?
They apparently did a thing. The Japanese sites had a thing where Nightmare in Dreamland, Amazing Mirror, and Squeak Squad all had Flash versions of their sub games that you could just hop on the website and play.
It's kind of cute that it's an actual Game Boy Advance.
You can actually hit the A button down here, but I had issues. But it's easier if you just tap the screen here.
This isn't quite as shittily compressed as Waddle Doom, which is impressive because it's emulating the GBA.
Also, Waddle Doom was 4 years later.
Damn.
Well-
Can you imagine the development hell story of Waddle Doom? And that's all they could come up with after like 6 years?
I want to see a WAP of Waddle Doom. Oh wait, they're bombs.
I don't think it's so much that it uses the game's graphics. I think this is literally the same game. They just are emulating this portion of it.
So let's see what they Waddle did and what ended up as a Waddle don't.
Not bad. Okay. Oh, a tie. 2 ties, in fact. All right, yeah, and this is just the mini game. And like I said, there are other ones like that. To me, this is one of the smarter things they could have done as a Flash game on the cheap. Like if you're if you want to do some if you want to hype up your game and you don't want to spend a whole lot of effort doing it, just port the mini games online. That seems keeping in mind that a lot of these all just exist for cross promotion purposes or promotional purposes. This seems like a smart way to go about it. Just do the thing, but have a bite-sized version of the thing available.
It honestly makes me think that the mini games are in the actual game specifically for this Flash game.
I remember this game was a Christmas present I poured a lot of hours into. Not the Flash game version. Yeah.
Sure.
Well, good. I was hoping that your parents did not, for Christmas, deliver upon you a hyperlink to this website.
It reminds me of how our buddy Max just dumped 80 hours into the demo for Just Cause 2. Not Just Cause 2, the demo for Just Cause 2.
That sounds right. That sounds right for him.
Which had a half-hour time limit and then reset.
Yeah, no, that actually sounds like it would encourage more replay than Just Cause 2.
Yeah. All right, we move on.
Also, hey, Medi.
Let's see what's next. Okay. All right, so we're getting out of here. We're getting a little anachronistic here in terms of where we're at in the series, but next on the list is Kirby Deluxe Matchup. Normally I wouldn't stray too far into, this is games we haven't hit yet, but they're just Flash games. They're just Flash games.
Hello.
All right.
Learn about more great games.
Yeah, so this is actually a thing that Nintendo officially did for a while. Not where they had Play Nintendo, where you could hop on and play all sorts of little mini games on their different.
I remember
series.
this.
Mm-hmm.
I like all of these friends: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Pikachu, Pikmin, and Isabelle. And no one else is your friend.
Well, there's more.
No, these are the only friends that exist.
All right. So now
Fox McCloud is an ass.
All right.
We are not a coward.
All right.
Zelda's your friend, but Link doesn't give a shit.
All right. Now this is just matching.
Okay.
Why aren't you going?
Oh, fighter!
You gotta go in the corner and then go to the right. That's
Really?
much easier to keep track of. Yes.
Oh, that's Taranza. Who, incidentally, is not a girl or an onion.
Yeah. My bad.
It's okay, no one here knows. Crockett knows. That's it.
Well, I haven't seen it. If it's any consolation, I haven't seen
we
you
did.
screw up.
When we did the original version of the video, when I said onion girl, he put up a picture of Taranza instead of grill. So I was like, let me do a Photoshop with Shrek. 1 second.
They do at least have it where you've got this timer, so ideally you're good at the video game and you just get it quick. So there's a bit of a score attack element there.
You're awesome!
Fun.
What's
Very
that?
hard.
Find out about the characters and items in this game. So then they give you just little blurbs about each of the panels you flipped.
I like how confident that specific Bronto Bert looks. They usually look kind of annoyed, but that one's just like ready to go.
He's
Kick some ass.
so into it. So Bronzebert, they attack information. Ice Kirby, freeze enemies. Taranza, we'll find out about that later. Circus Kirby, the clown is tough.
The clown is tough.
Bandana Waddle Dee, he has items. Catch them. Fighter Kirby, unleash Kirby Foo on enemies. Bell Kirby, ring away your enemies. Leaf Kirby, make your enemies leave.
Boo!
I hate it.
Blow them away with your amazing voice. Sleep, Kirby. Wake up, Kirby. King DDD, Kirby's longtime frenemy.
God, Triple Deluxe
Yep.
Deity is so ugly.
Kinda.
I'm not super fond of a lot of DDD's modern models, at least from what I've seen. There's something about him that is just like, okay, well, he's a bad guy. Anyway, Case Kirby Steel enemies.
Oh yeah, that was naughty, not Sleep Kirby.
Oh,
I think retro DDD is still my favorite. He's got like a penguin. He looks more like a bird, and it's just like kind of dorky.
I would say D through Superstar is my favorite.
Yeah.
About 64, where they made him fat, and I guess Dreamland 3 too. He's really fat in Dreamland 3.
Yeah.
Those two I'm not that fond of, but this is the ugliest D to me.
yeah.
It's his eyes and how angular his beak is.
I feel like his eyes should be a bit bigger, too.
I feel like he doesn't have much exaggeration, and you really should have some exaggeration in DDD.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Alright, and then, if you, because I messed around on different difficulties, they do actually have different panels, and the different panels will give you different blurbs. Again, not much, but a cute way to do it, of hyping up the game. Just giving you a quick who's who on characters and Kirby powers. I think just that little bit gives the game a lot more merit to exist than just, oh, match JPEGs.
I like the idea that kids are like, oh, King Deity's kidnapper? Is Terenza in love with King Deity?
Aww.
Just because of the conditioning of Bowser?
I have a feeling that this isn't the full loop of this song, though. Like, it doesn't go into the bridge.
Yeah, no, I'm going insane.
Alright, enough of that. We move on. Quick Draw is next. Alright. Not this Quick Draw, which, again, another Flash game that exists, but we're doing Kirby's Quick Draw. Alright, now this one's really cute. Woof.
Oh.
Close the wiki.
Oh, sorry. This does take a while to load, but... Alright. So for Rainbow Curse, or Rainbow Paintbrush, we have Kirby's Quick Draw. It's just connect the dots.
Oh, is it Speed Connect the Dots?
It, in fact, is Speed Connect the Dots.
Oh, I hate it.
Alright, you're ready to play.
Oh, what is I hate it so much.
Alright, we begin.
Oh my god.
Terror incarnate. Here, there's Kirby here. It's alright.
Oh, this is so much better. That wasn't a circle at all.
Hi, Kirby.
Hi, Kirby.
And that music's supposed to loop, but it doesn't here. Blast off with Kirby Rocket.
And now it's Captain Olimar?
No, it's...
Don't get zapped, it's Bzz Bulb.
It's Bulb.
Alright.
Bulb.
Do a little bit of this. Oh, I almost connected the wrong dots.
Oh.
That would have been awkward.
Yeah.
Don't get picked up, it's Grab Hand.
Is that an eye or like a mouth with a dumb buck tooth?
I like that.
It's an eye.
No. That's a Timmy Turner mouth.
Who could it be?
It's a mushroom.
Jigglypuff viewed from upside down.
It's Senor Mayor of El Desert Land.
That's one angry tree. It's Wispy Woods.
He looks really nonplussed.
Yeah, he seemed pretty chill, honestly. Like
putting on the guts theme in
Angry.
another.
maybe surprised.
Oh, here, we've done all the ones with sound, so let me put on some music. That's that.
See, I heard that and I was like, you mean like the theme to Berserk?
Whoop. There we go. There we go. We move on. Let me know if that music is a little too quiet.
Yeah, just tell us for balancing, or as long as it exists.
This music is so moody.
It's Kirby's good friend, Waddle D.
That's not accurate because, like, I think he's an enemy in the game.
No, in this game, no, in Rainbow Curse, he's player 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Aw.
Yeah, I did not play co-op in that, so I forgot.
Yeah.
Dang, it's a droopy, bomb-dropping dangle sloth.
Music sounds like something from Left 4 Dead.
Just wait. There it is. Yeah, all of these tracks that you're hearing are from OC Remix. This is a cover of Lava Landing from Epic Yarn. Uh-oh, it's Life Force Train. Death Skulk.
I mean, this is basic, but at least this fits in with the theme of the game.
Yeah, no, this works just fine. Like,
Agreed.
I would get really attached to these characters in specific as a kid.
Yeah.
This fella will stick to you like glue. Meet Sportle. Sportle? Sportle.
Sportle.
Alright. And then we'll edit this. Look out, or you might get inked. It's Claykin.
Like the singer?
Yeah, it's Claykin.
They really should put a "the" in front of it. That would make it a lot more clear.
No, it's Claykin.
It's
It's
Claykin.
the Claykin.
No, it's Claykin. His name's Claykin.
Anyway, I did it. Faster, try again anytime. Or challenge my friends on Facebook.
Oh, you should challenge your friends on Facebook.
Nah.
You need to be a Facebook gamer.
Also, this one has a clock on it, so already a better game.
Another. See, that's all you need to be a good video game. Have a timer. Nah.
I mean, it's enough to make it competitive, slightly.
True enough. Alright. One more. Let's see. Oh, okay. Alright, last one. For some reason, there were a lot of these. This is Kirby of the Stars photo frame. We'll do this one.
Waddle Doom had a consistent timer, which is different.
Speedrun.com. Yeah.
Alright, are you
Lower
ready?
the background music.
Yeah, BGM a little bit lower.
Can adjust.
Turn down a tad. When it
There
gets
we go.
going. Yeah, I can feel that.
There we go.
Alrighty.
So now you need to pick a frame.
Okay.
Lots of options.
I like that chef one.
I like
Oh,
the
for
one
little cafe?
where D is buff.
No,
Oh.
the one below it.
Got this. Oh, sure, this one.
This one, yeah.
Okay. All right, so
Yeah, it's really cute.
we'll pick this one. And then we'll put Naoto in there. And there we go. Yay!
Perfect. Why is Naoto here?
Because this is a photo editing program, basically. You're able to...
Her birthday isn't for another 6 days.
Well, we're getting it for her early.
Good for her. Happy birthday in 6 days, Naoto.
No, but for some reason, there's a lot of photo editing little thingies for Kirby.
I thought you were going to go, there's a lot of pictures of Naoto on these Kirby.
No, I just needed a picture to upload, and for some reason I had Naoto on hand. But you could theoretically upload your own. You could upload a picture of yourself, of a cat, of Toshio
No,
Akane.
you got it.
Yeah,
in one.
almost like a photo editing program.
Mhm.
You could upload any photo that exists. Wow.
Nah, but that's the gist of it. There's just lots of a couple of these to mess around with.
I mean, it's got cute backgrounds. That makes it better than a lot of these.
Kirby's Dream Land debut in Japan on April 27th, so they do share a birthday. It fits.
There it is.
Who needs Photoshop now? You know, I like the way you think.
All right, so basically just a snapshot of a bunch of different sorts of Flash games to play with. None super engaging.
What song is this? Because like, I for a second I zoned out. I'm like, is this Ryu's theme?
It is Unbreakable Determination.
It is Ryu's theme?
Yeah, this is just my This isn't a Kirby specific playlist. I just have
okay.
a general playlist.
Ryu Hayabusa's theme.
Yeah.
Why did I mistake it for Street Fighter Ryu?
I assume that's yeah. Well, because they're both Ryu's. I don't know why you even have to ask.
Fair image better than Gimp? Not wrong.
Nah, but it sort of makes sense to me that Kirby doesn't have terribly compelling Flash games because that would just distract from the actual games. But like,
Yeah, that's actually a good point because, like, a kid would. They're very easily amused by stuff like this and would just. A lot of them would be tempted to just play the same Flash game over and over and over if it was any good.
yeah. Though you can probably do a little better than Waddle Doom.
Yeah.
Alright. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so next up on the docket we have Pierre has grabbed me a couple quizzes some trivia quizzes that I have to try and charge through.
Yep, just a couple on Sporcle that go through the series. So I actually dug this one up, and this is all of the Kirby bosses through Superstar Ultra. So it's mainly only the games that he's played.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we've played all of these.
The only thing is Tilt and
Tilt and
Tumble,
Tumble.
but it only has one unique boss.
I might remember. Actually, I have no idea its name, but I can try. And then
Yeah.
I have played Ultra, so this is
I
a
feel
pretty
the
decent
best-
snapshot.
I feel the best way to do this would be for you to do as many as possible, and then I will try to think of as many as possible, and then Pierre can help us out.
Nah, you guys do it. You guys, I'm challenging you to beat my high score, because my high score on this is 100 out of 105.
All right. Well, let's see.
And if you at home would like to play along,
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and post the link.
then
in
I
the
will
chat.
post the link in the chat for you to play along. My score is 100 out of 105.
All right.
Well, so should I help out then?
Oh yeah, by all means. I mean, go ahead and let him
All
start
right.
off, and then just go ahead.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Kabula. Bracco. King DDD. Let's see.
Yeah, King Deity is just 10 of them.
Bro Senior. Oh, Poppy Bros. That's all I need. Alright. Paint Roller. Let's see. Mr. Shine, Mr. Bright, Kracko, Heavy Mole, Meta Knight, Nightmare. Okay, Black Ball. Squishy.
Good.
Doing in order. Let's see. Waddle Doom is not one. D is one though. Let's see. Other Kirby enemies. Cappy. Who else?
Good, I didn't get Cappy, so that was one of the 5 I
Cappy.
missed.
Bro Junior? Nah, why would he be a boss?
Do Bros. See if Puppy Bros Jr. does it.
Rose Junior. Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
Nice. Let's see.
Mr. Frosty was one.
Mr. Frosty. It doesn't recognize it. Sometimes they'll do that where they program little side dudes in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's keep her going. Sweet Stuff, Ruff, and Nelly. Nelly? Oh, Nuffin. Wow, I've been saying that wrongly this whole time.
I think they got it wrong, actually. I think it
yeah.
is in rough.
It recognized A for some reason. A crow. A doe. Pon. And
Don Pian.
Ice Dragon.
Piano. Oh, Ice Dragon? Let's see. Okay. Fatty Tuna. Dyna Blade. Computer Virus. Chameleon Arm.
Camelio Arm.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Wham Bam Rock. Let's see. Who else? Twin
Marks.
Woods. Marks. Oh, Heavy Lobster. Let's see.
Combo Cannon.
Cannon. Heart of Nova. Hey, it recognizes.
Just one more from Superstar.
Let's see.
The engine room thing.
Oh, engine room thing. Not quite.
No, from
Reactor.
Revenge of Mennonite.
Albird. Reactor.
There
Hey,
you go.
okay. All right.
Nice.
Grill is not on there. Dastard.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it doesn't have grill on there.
Lovely. Who the hell stonewalled me in Superstar Stacker?
Lovely.
Well, yes, but after that. Broom Hatter. Oh, they don't have Avalanche on here. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Knuckle Joe.
Good, good.
Who else? Oh,
Scarfy?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Oh crap. What's the Pix is the gem. What's the robot?
Yeah, Pix.
HD-1? HR? Roomba? Or Roomab?
I would not be able to tell you. I never can remember.
Man, Miracle Matter, 0, 2.
It has to be O2.
Nice. Oh, I see. They've hidden the secret enemies. That's what's going on.
Still should have grill, but
Dark Matter's in Dreamland 3, of course. Grill? Oh, she doesn't have a Y in her name. That's a...
she does. They
She
got
does.
That wrong.
That was incorrect.
Correct. That's incorrect. Third base. Tilt and Tumble Orb thing.
Yes.
Nightmare Orb.
Got it in one.
Poop.
Laser Ball is the Kirby's Adventure enemy. With an S. Light amplification of
Stuff. Okay. King Golem. Let's see.
Whiz.
Oh, Whiz. There's Heavy Suit thing. Nope, that's the wrong
Yes, heavy suit thing. Everyone's
Dark
favorite.
Meta Knight.
Dark Meta Knights.
Dark
Molly,
Mind.
Mrs. Molly. Dark Mind.
Glacia. Oh, wait, no. Drossia.
Actually, who is the rad shark from Amazing Mirror? It's like Orca. No.
Sharkman Joe. Yeah.
Joseph. It's not even how you spell Joseph.
Joseph Sharkman.
Put in Dracia's soul as well.
No
Nope.
dice. Nope, stop that.
Nah, if it was going to differentiate them, it would have done Dracia Sorceress and then Dracia Soul.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see.
Bobo. Your eternal wall.
That's right.
Dark Nebula.
Dark Nebula. I have to specifically name Doc's things.
You have to
Mecha
name his
Krako,
actual.
and
Yeah.
Deroach.
Yagamuba. I don't remember.
Just put in Deroach and Dark Deroach.
Deroach. Mark's Soul.
Wham Bam Jewel.
Masked. DDD.
Galactonite.
Okay. Wispy's Revenge. Lolo Revenge. That's...
Lolo and Lala's Revenge.
Least, okay. Krako's Revenge. Okay, 94, not bad. I need to think of a couple people I'm missing. Dumb name there. Dumb robot name. Dumb Orbulon name. Some of these guys. I can do better on Amazing Mirror. Well, who is it? Okay, so King Golem's 2, Molly's 3, Krako's 4, Rad Robot Suit is 5, 6 is Rad Shark, 7 is Wiz, this is Dark Meta Knight, but the game won't say. 9
No,
is
Dark Meta Knight's lower.
Master Hand, Crazy Hand. Nice. Okay, okay. So, missing Rad Shark, Rad Suit, Dumb Orb, someone, this one I should know. Chef Kawasaki.
Replace Chef with Cook,
Why, though?
because that's his name.
Oh, okay. Alright, Dumb Robots, both forms. Rad Robot, Rad Shark, Dumb Orb, and Mecha Poop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That doesn't quite add up, so there's a couple secret. Oh, these guys as well. Gordo. No. We stopped at Wispy, so. Let's see, who would this be?
I will say that one of them
What other
is
mini
bullshit
bosses?
in Block Ball. Because it's just a different spelling of an enemy you've already put in. But
Okay.
also, I got that one wrong, so I'm not letting that go.
Alright, let's see. Poppy Bro Jr. No. Let's see.
Well, we got Poppy Bro was senior in there, so I don't think it's that.
Yeah,
unless there
Junior
were two
comes
Poppy
back for
Bro-
revenge.
Bro fights.
I'm come to avenge my father
Shine.
in pinball.
Okay. I'm trying to think of people who
Mr.
like the
Shine's
show.
there too.
Right, but I have to misspell it. Mr. Shin. Und. Okay, I'm just being silly now. Mr. Bright. I'm trying to think of who would bridge the gap between Wispy and Day to Day.
Ice Dragon?
Ice Dragon.
I can't remember. Sparky?
Sparky. Oh, what you're thinking?
Sir
of the
Kibble.
312. Sir.
I'm just putting in random.
Sir Kibble,
enemies.
greater than Wispy Woods. Lord of the Woods. His Majesty, the Kibble.
Oh, okay. Well, Kabula's there. Oh, she made it in
Yeah.
Black Ball. Nice.
Yeah, it was that one.
Okay.
Well, that wouldn't be so bad if they didn't add it into Kirby's Dreamland automatically.
No, I know.
Yeah. All right, we're almost as cool as Pierre. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, no secrets. All right, we need to figure out the dumb robots' names and who the last person could be. This is probably also some boss.
I will say that I missed Kabula, but I did get the dock machine as well as the dumb robot. So
Can I task Gooms to look up the dock machine's spelling name? Because I know what it is. It's Y something. I can picture
Well,
it.
if you can say what it is, I will tell you how to spell it. If you can say it syllabically.
I absolutely cannot. Yeah.
If you just give it me that it starts with Y,
YAH something.
that is incorrect, so I'm not giving it to you.
YAG. YR. YHA.
YAA, YAB, YAC, YAD, YAE, YAF.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm doing.
I mean, you're going to keep going, but it's got 9 letters in its name, so you're going to be here a while.
Okay. All right. We'll come
There is
back
a give up button whenever you feel like it.
Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Let's try to think of the robot in 64. It's HR007 or something like that. It is H something, isn't it?
It does start with an H.
And then an R. 00 number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, he didn't respond, so I'm going to assume that's wrong. D 001 2.
I'm not responding either way. You're allowed to doubt yourself all you want.
R 001.
I just like Twinkle Park.
I looked up the answers, so you can't rely on me for help anymore.
Damn. Okay. It is an H. What would it be? T? Yes. With a hatch robot. HDR 01, 02, 03, 04, 05. Okay, answer this. Does it have a dash in it?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a combination of 3 letters dash 2 numbers or 2 letters dash 3 numbers?
There is 2 letters and then a dash.
Okay.
And then
H
something
R
after.
Dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. HD dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Man, Desperation's funny.
Yep.
How you doing, chat? You playing along? You having a good time? Getting your jollies?
Okay. H is this. It's either D or R or maybe T. Heavy suit. Heavy armor.
There's only 2 bosses with heavy in the name, which is surprising, actually.
Amazing
Entire
here.
Kirby series.
I'm trying to think.
Actually,
of
I should see if it stands for anything.
Hard suit. Hard armor. Hard flyer. Hard crash. Hard quiz.
Cold. Ice cold.
It's not hard. Okay. Flying. Orb. Magic orb. Super orb. Not that.
Kirby's friend, Orb.
Orby. Katie.
Orb.
Anchor. Sharpedo.
Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. I'd probably just give up.
Rats. I just want to see if I can get HR dash followed by
You
something.
can do it, says Lucas. Which always ends well when Lucas supports
HR
you.
dash T.
Got it.
R. L. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, maybe it's HT H. H R A B S. We'll just run through these. E. Okay, I'm as good as Pierre.
Okay.
You did it.
Do I want to keep going? Who am I missing? Black Ball? Amazing Mirror? Squeak Squad. I guess real quick on Black Ball, is this a character that has shown up before? Is this unique to Black Ball?
This is a unique character to Block Ball.
Probably not going to guess that then.
Yep, I did not get him at all. I didn't even know he existed before this.
Okay, so Mystery Person, Effin' Orb, Rad Suit, Rad Shark, Dumb Hermit Crab Bot. Alright, I think I can chill with being as cool as Pierre. I'm gonna give up.
Okay.
Huzzah! Brobo. Orbserver. I was close. Gobbler. Mega Titan. Okay. And Yadogain.
Yadogain.
Okay. Alright.
Not bad.
Not bad, not bad. You could have been cooler than Pierre, though.
Not possible. Not possible.
You could have, though.
I
You
could
could have
have.
done it.
But I got a fist bump, so that's worth something. Alright. Next one.
Yeah, go for it. Let me get it up for chat.
Okay.
If you want to play along, if you know the voids, you can join in too. Can
Alright,
you answer these Kirby Superstar questions?
What was your score on this? Was it 138?
My 138. No, not quite. My score was 126. I missed because, as you'll notice from one of the categories,
Oh.
one is very difficult.
Oh, okay. I'm sympathetic.
I got most of it.
Let's see. SG is just wrapping up the first one. Yeah, I gave up a little bit on the second.
Yeah,
Or on
but he got hundo.
out of 105. Important
Yeah.
distinction. All right. I am going to knuckle down on this. All right. Here we go. Spring Breeze. Megaton Punch. Samurai Kirby. Gourmet Race. Dyna Blade. Hey, nice. That's Knight. Revenge of Meta Knight. Offensive the Great Cave.
Does it put the sound test in there as like a secret one?
Sound.
No.
It does.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
it does.
Arena. What would you be? Milky Way Wishes. Okay. Hammer. Fighter. Oh, excuse me. Bomb. Fire. Ice. Plasma.
Sword.
Sword. Parasol. Beam. Laser is not one.
Cutter.
Thank you. Stone. Yo-yo. Jet. Wing.
Cook.
Hook. Crash.
Mike.
Paint. Mike. Sleep.
Mirror.
Mirror. Ninja. Wheelie.
Is Wheelie Rider one?
It is. Not there, but...
Copy.
And what am I missing? It'll come to me. Alright. Tech and the power of Juju. Waddle D. Parasol. Waddle D. Poppy Bro.
Waddle Do.
Bull. Do.
Bird on.
Z. Bird on.
Chili.
Chili. Flaming Leo.
No.
Burnin' Leo.
Yes.
Very different.
Did you really think his name was Flaming Leo? Oh, Kirby, are you a Capricorn? We'll have great chemistry.
Oh, what else? Blade Knight.
Knuckle Joe.
Joe. Punch Man.
The jet one. What's his name?
Oh.
Capsule.
Capsule J.
Capsule J. Yeah.
Capsule
Yeah,
J
Twin B.
too? Nah.
Gim.
Nah.
Who else? Wheelie, we got both of the bosses. What are their abilities? Well, running down the list. Oh, Sign Mirror. Biospark. Plasma Wisp. Jet Ice.
Poppy Bro.
I have him on here. Oh,
yeah.
It lines up with roughly with the
Oh, yeah.
abilities. So, Suplex I missed, and Stone is Rocky. Nice.
There we go.
Milky Way wishes. Okay. Twin Moon. No. Half Moon. Aqualiss. Hot Foot. No, that's Molly Mallard. Oh, question mark. Question mark. Yes. Milky Way wishes levels are going to be tricky for me. There's one city one. I'll come back to that. Must be woods. Low. Krakow. Now these we just did, so this is luckily fresh.
Yeah. Twin Woods.
Marks.
Meta Knight.
Meta Knight's on there.
Oh yeah.
Cannon. Reactor. See that one?
Camellia Arm.
Oh, I guess that was a level. That makes sense. What else? Wham, bam, rock. Computer, virus. What else?
Fatty Whale.
Fatty tuna. I did say
Reactor Core or whatever.
I do have the reactor on there.
Oh.
I have Heart of Nova on there as well. What else? Mini bosses. Haha! Tricky. What am I missing? These on there. Meta Knight's on there. Oh, Heavy Lobster.
There you go, buddy.
Okay. Levels are going to be tricky. I don't remember most of them is the thing. I guess I'll do treasures. Valshian. Uh-oh.
It was actually not named the Falchion in the original Kirby Superstar. There you go.
Sword.
You already got it.
Oh.
There's the
Awkward.
sword ability.
Spring Heart. No, wait. Heart of Spring? No. Spring thing. No.
Spring Thing was the closest.
No. Because there's one for each season. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Falcon's helmet. Triforce. Mr. Saturn. Screw attack. Oh, screwball, excuse me. What else? Winter. No. Gold coin. Gold bar. No.
Lucky cat. Yeah.
That's an easy one. Copper coin? No. Hell.
Was there a Metroid or no?
No.
No. No, screwball is what you're thinking.
Well, I thought they might have had both, but I'm wrong.
Okay, what you want hints on?
Those seasons, I know they're hearts. I think they were renamed to Spring Heart in the...
They weren't. In Superstar Ultra, they are combined into one item.
Oh. Huh, okay.
I believe that one is called Season's Heart.
Spring season? No.
No.
Spring love? Love it? Spring...
I'll give you a hint. It's one word, and it starts with the season.
Springtime. Fall time? No, autumn time. Okay. So that's those. What else? Let's see. So
What's the one we died repeatedly to get?
Oh hell. It was like a pan, wasn't it? Or a bucket? Yeah. Not I don't think it was that one. but-
It wasn't, but you know, good on you getting the reference.
Have I gotten all the Nintendo ones?
No. There are two very big Nintendo references that you're missing.
Star?
No.
Superstar?
No. One is a Mario reference, though.
Okay.
Is it a mushroom?
I'm not telling past that.
A one-up mushroom?
I told you I'm not telling past that.
I'm not asking, I'm suggesting.
Flower. Feather? No.
Cape Feather?
Leaf? Oh, actually there is a Tanuki thing, isn't there?
There is, but it's called Raccoon.
Statue. Guy.
Raccoon
I'll give it to you. It's Raccoon Doll.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Mario thing. Egg? No.
Yoshi egg?
Nah.
Tell me if you want another hint on that specifically.
Is it NES era or Super NES era?
NES era.
NES era. Okay, so we're dealing with 1, 2, 3. Maybe theoretically
Wasn't there
land, but
something
I
that
wouldn't
was-
count that.
Wasn't there something that was like hardware? Like Rob or something along those lines?
No, you're thinking of Dreamland 3.
Or a controller?
No.
Computer poop. I can worry about music later. Let's see. Friggin'. I just keep picturing that lucky cat, and I already got that. The Koiban. That's not a separate thing, is it? No. What are other treasures? Florence.
Is lipstick one of them?
Stick? Nah. Or flower stick. Flower rod. Flower staff. Flower.
It's not.
No.
Star rod, star block.
Block. Block. Brick. Poison mushroom. No, stop that.
Was there any sushi?
Sushi.
Sounds like the
Tempura.
perfect place for my survival techniques.
Oh, I was thinking that. Bandana? Okay.
Fried rice. I'm just thinking of things that they might put in there.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you. Rice bowl is one.
Okay.
Yay. Chopsticks. No. Onigiri. They wouldn't have that. Donuts. No. What else? Well, what are things? Hammer. Frog. Suit. Doll. Man.
I'll give you one more hint. It's not a power up in
Not
the
a power-up.
NES era.
Okay, not a power up in the NES era. Does that let's see, what could that mean? That could it's probably not an enemy from the
Mega-
NES era.
Vitamin. Mega vitamin.
Nah. Pills. Vitamin. No. Okay. What else? If it wasn't in a item in the that era, or it wasn't a power up in that era, it could just be a pickup, which suggests coins, blocks, flags.
Question mark block.
Block.
Our music ended.
We
Otherwise,
need some background tunes.
All right, hold on. Yeah, keep her going.
Oh, note block. Wasn't that one?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, what else?
Damn, I was worried when you guys were blowing through abilities. But then I'm like, I got all in the subtree area instantly.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember these hardly at all, honestly.
Yeah, my brother's like, bitches don't remember Ichigo candy.
I don't actually know which. Sucker. I don't know. Sweet stick thingy. Sweet stick candy.
I will say there was one treasure that got us to laugh, which was it gets dropped from above, and it was funny that it got dropped from above.
Well, that would be a wash basin.
That's not the name for it in game.
Wash pan.
Close.
Wash bin.
It rhymes with wash pan. Pan is the same. The start is not.
Dish pan.
Wash.
Rinse pan.
Base.
Oh, game over.
All right. So running through, what did we miss? Floria, Sky High. Oh, I know Sky High. Hot Beat. Kavios, Mekai. All right. Gold medal. Or no, gold coin. No, wait.
No.
Gold medal.
Whip.
You missed, yeah.
Crystal ball. Serio sword. Ichigo candy. Okay. Cute. Zebra mask. It was from 2. Okay.
That's not the one I was referring to because they changed it explicitly to Phantom Mask in Ultra, but yeah.
Star Stone. Beast's Fang. Dime. Slippers. Goblet. Saucepan. That does kind of rhyme with washpan. Amber Rose, Fish Fossil, Beast Fossil, Nunchucks, $100 coin, Ancient Gem, Dud, Truth Mirror, Turtle Shell, Turtle Shell.
Yep.
Star
Yeah,
Tiara,
that's what it was.
Warrior's Shield, Unicorn's Horn, Tutton Koopa's Mask, Armoire, Treasure Box, Mannequin,
Yeah, the fact that you missed Kong's barrel means we aren't friends anymore.
Oh, come on.
No, this is the end.
Well, I will definitely take the mulligan on not being cool enough for Pierre on this one. But, alright.
All right, and then this is the last one, which is just all of the Kirby games. It does include the ones we haven't played yet, but as he's researched the entire series, I figured it was only fair to do.
I'm going to miss a lot of these, I'm sure.
103 out of 105 on the boss quiz. Nice.
Hey, not
101
bad.
out of 138 on the Superstar quiz. Also nice.
Pierre, Lucas is asking if I am cool.
Are you cool? I don't know.
Well, let's
What
find out.
are how many games of Mario Party have you won?
Like 5.
I feel like if you win 7 games of Mario Party, you're cool.
Ha! I've actually won 8. I'm cool.
Cool.
Get owned.
Dreamland.
No, it's just because he's cool.
2, Dreamland. 3, 4, 6.
Hey, Kirby's Dreamland 4.
I mean,
Block.
Kirby's Return to Dreamland kind of is 4.
Where do I go with paint? I don't go anywhere with paint. Adventure.
Kirby Paint.
Pinball Land. Avalanche. What would you be? Oh hell, this was funny. We move on. Star Stacker. Star.
Dream Course.
Stacker, Super.
I don't think Superstar Stacker is on here, but
Kira no Kirby Kids. Good. What about obnoxious? Superstar. Ultra. Superstar Ultra. Nice. Okay, Tilt. Tint. Tumble. Nightmare in Dreamland. Amazing Mirror. Air Ride. Canvas Curse.
deceiving your friends isn't very cool. I
Mouse
agree, Lucas.
Attack. Squeak Squad. Yeah. Fair warning, if you are doing this, they're the US names. Mapping.
Mass Attack.
Mass Attack. Return to Dreamland. Okay. Triple Deluxe. Special edition. There's like some sort of dream collection. Nice. Okay, triple deluxe.
That was the one I missed. So
DDD Drum Dash Deluxe. Oh boy. Kirby Fighters Deluxe. Kirby Fighters 2. Kirby Fighters
This is
2.
before that came out, I think.
Rainbow Curse. Super Kirby Clash.
want to be famous?
There's
Team Kirby Clash.
Oh, bigfollows.com.
no,
Die.
Clash. No.
I'm almost
Robobot.
certain it's Team Kirby Clash. They didn't include that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, I don't know the Robobot mini-games, so we move on.
Blowout Blast.
Okay, who that was the thing, asking if you want big follows. And they're dead
Team
now.
Team Kirby Clash was the other Robobot one.
Okay. Team Kirby Clash, they don't have, so whatevs. Okay, then... Alright, we're missing 3. They're all junior guys.
Star Allies. Oh, you just
I
put
got
that.
Okay,
Extra Epic Yarn.
that is on there. Dastardly. Okay, so now I'm missing 2, and I'm reasonably sure they're both mini-games, unless it's like 3D Classics Kirby Adventure. Thank goodness.
Kirby Battle Royale.
That was it. And
For
then
455. Nice.
other fight thing.
Nice.
No.
Very nice.
Is it some DDD does something?
Yes, its deity does something.
Hell, I don't know this one. I'm at least as cool as Pierre.
Yeah.
So I will definitely take that, but let's spend 4 minutes trying to figure out what this last dumb mini game from
Super
Robobot.
Kirby Clash.
Super Kirby Clash, no. Super Kirby Fight thing. Super Kirby Smash. Kirby Bash. Kirby Thrash. Slash. Ash. Cash. Grab. Or brag. What else would it be? 2017. I definitely wasn't paying attention to Kirby at that time. Robobot Blowout Blast. This is going to be some mini game. Gooms, you've played the mini games. It's not.
It's
okay.
not a minigame.
Okay.
The two minigames from Robobot are Team Kirby Clash, which is not wanting to show up, and Blowout Blast.
Wait. Team Kirby Clash Deluxe. Got it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There you go. You did it.
All right.
You got one.
I'm officially smarter than a Zossel Fossil.
But Super Kirby Clash just didn't appear because they're dumb.
Well, that's not a real game.
Apparently.
Fair.
It's still loading to be on the quiz.
Yeah, okay. Alright, cool. Well, I'm at least cool. Oh, not as cool as
Well, yeah,
SG, but that's
but,
okay.
but you lied, so you're not that cool.
I lied?
Yeah, because remember you said you won 5 and then you went high, won 8.
Oh.
You found that very uncool.
Meh.
Yeah, that's not very cool.
Okay, one of the ones I got wrong on the boss quiz was because it wanted the phonetic spelling of its Japanese name.
Yeah, no,
Hey.
you're right. Like, whatever the,
I've forgotten it already.
Kabula, I think.
Oh no, that one I knew. Alright. So,
My bad. Sorry.
Alright, so did we have any more quizzes or did we want to move on?
No, I think that's good. I think we can move on.
Okay. Alright. I'm actually going to pause the we're going to have to take a quick break on the stream here in order to switch things around. We'll take about 5 minutes or so. So please bear with us for a little bit while we switch things over to the board game.
Yep, we'll be with you in just a sec, guys.
Alright, and we are...
No, my pizza! Oh, thank God, my pizza!
Welcome to Tabletop Simulator.
Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza very tasty.
It has been a couple years since I've really played this game, so fair warning. You're going to see us figure out, or at least me, try to refigure out stuff.
Pizza.
This is breaking my immersion. The soda can does not explode when you shake it.
Hey, it's me, Pizza. Time to beat the final boss of Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah, you know. Alright, so, I'm just going to turn the music down a little bit.
This is a program that lets you do basically any board game ever through questionably legal mods.
Also let you invent various board games.
Yes.
Indeed. We have, so that's why I saw you on Tabletop Simulator on Steam the other day. Yep, I've been doing a little bit of prep work, just making sure everything worked and stuff. So,
Wait, that's cheese pizza. I want that.
well, any pizza can be cheese.
That's not cheese pizza.
Now it's cheese.
This one's cheese, isn't it?
Yeah, I made it cheese. I made it dangerously cheesy.
Just take off the little pepperonis. There's your cheese pizza.
No,
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 flip.
no.
Let me flip the pizza.
I'm having a Sprite. All right, enough of this.
Oh, this poor pizza.
So, there was actually an official Kirby. There actually was an official Kirby board game. Like the Flash games, don't expect a whole lot out of this. It's because this was brought to us by our good friends at Wendy's.
Thank you, Wendy's.
Oh.
Oh, the official Kirby board game.
Yeah, so the way it worked was, I guess you got a different fourth of the game in a kid's meal, and you had to collect all four to assemble the full board game.
I mean, that's actually a cool idea for a kid's meal, I'll grant.
Yeah. That'll get you to, like, actually buy kids' meals and stuff. Wait, what Flash games did you do? We did a ton of Flash games. Let me pull up, actually, the list of Flash games that we did. Oh, no, I can't use the scroll wheel.
Yeah, I can get it for
No, I got it. So, this is all going to come up as a list, but, yeah, there we go.
All right.
Your guess is as good as mine where the words start and end.
So, the way this works is very simple. We're each a Kirby. There can either be different colored Kirbys or different ability Kirbys.
Just read the instructions. It got rules right here.
Okay. Assemble your double-sided game board by connecting the four pieces together. Don't forget, each side features a different game. It's double the fun. And they ain't kidding.
Okay.
Oh, it's a... Oh, they got DDD board.
We'll get to the DDD board in a bit, though. We have to work our way through the scrub ranks of Kirby's. All right, be the first player to reach finish. Set up separate game cards, playing pieces, and card tray. Blah blah blah. It's all set up. All right, we have to put everyone on start. Now you have to pick your Kirby.
I want to be Mike Kirby.
I'll be Needle Kirby.
Whatever bullshit you were going to say doesn't matter. I'm Hatsune Miku Kirby.
I will be Green Kirby.
You can't be Green Kirby.
Don't tell him what you can't be. Green Kirby, you can be anything you want to be, baby.
All right, here we go. To play, youngest player goes
No, don't
first.
flip me.
I
think I'm youngest, actually.
Yeah, I think you're youngest here.
Yeah.
Draw the top card from the pile and move forward the number of spaces shown on the card. I did shuffle the deck, so you should be good to do that.
Okay, I will do so. Do you have the camera on me doing so?
Sure do.
Cool. And then that is... Move one space!
All right, move
Yeah!
space.
Yo! I did it!
Place card and discard pile face up. Now it's the next player's turn. They don't actually specify who the next player is, so I guess, Gooms, you and I have to fight to the death.
So this is just Candyland.
Oh, yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
Candyland's got strategy. It's called You Stack the Deck. And...
Well, you can stack this deck.
All right. If youngest player goes first, I assume we'll just go by age. So I think I would be next then.
Okay.
All right. So I will draw, and I have move 5 spaces, baby.
Why's your card so much better than mine?
2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I get to draw again. All right, here we go.
So much skill. You're good at this game.
God.
I moved 2 spaces.
We were wrong.
And look. 1,
Go ahead,
2,
4 spaces.
1, 2, 3.
Man, domination here.
I'm already halfway through the game. Okay. All right, Goobs, you're up.
How can I compete?
I don't know, man.
Hiya!
Oh, you have to move 3 spaces.
Go back 3 spaces. Man, this game's hard.
This game's really hard. I don't know how you're getting it so easily.
You're no good at this.
Move ahead 4 spaces.
Oh, buddy.
And you know what? With my previous move of using the card before, that means I get to use your draw again card.
Oh, no.
Which means I get to flip up this. And I reveal move 3 spaces. Which allows me to move my Kirby 3 spaces ahead. That ends my turn.
Nice pot of greed there.
Go and take your turn. It may be your last.
Alright. I draw move 1 spaces. That might seem like not much. However, I can now take shortcut now. So I go here. See?
Shortcut now?
Shortcut now.
Bakana.
All right.
Wait, is that a junction, or do you have to land on that?
I have to land on it, I assume. Otherwise, these spaces would be pretty useless.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could warp to Yellow Star. I don't know. Could be like risk reward.
All right, enough stalling, Goobs. You're up.
5 spaces.
Move 5 spaces. No way.
Draw again! Wait, yeah, draw again!
Impossible!
Catching up!
He used my draw again card?
The comeback of the century! 1 space.
Oh. You had
modest
to worry
comeback
for a second. But watch. As I draw 2 spaces!
Oh, no.
Lose a turn! Haha! Fell into my trap!
Game sucks.
Alright, well, I will draw, move 1 space, but then I get to go ahead 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3, baby! Alright, Gooms. Do you think you can catch up?
I'll do my best. 3 spaces, not bad.
Not bad. And look,
draw again!
You rolled draw again, buddy.
And because he's alone on the field, I get to draw 2 more cards.
4 spaces.
Uh-oh.
Back 2 spaces. Oh no.
Alright. Pierre, you lost a turn, so now I go. Alright, I have to get higher than 2. If I can get higher than 2, I can win the game.
Can you do it?
I lost my turn. That darn DDD.
Then DDD, lose your turn, prank. 2 spaces. Guess what? I get to use your shortcut.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Am I?
You lost a turn.
I did lose a turn.
Well, you already used the lost turn. However, it was Gooms' draw instead, which means he has to move 2 spaces, which means he has to move back 2 spaces, which means nothing.
I claim interference.
There's no interference in a real man's game. I get to move 1 space.
Oh, the dominance. All right, now that we're out of cards. We reshuffle cards and place face down on tray again. Okay. So we'll flip the stack down here. And then I pick this up, shuffle them around. Alright, now it's my turn?
No, you lost your turn.
Oh, man. Alright, good. You're up.
Why?
Because DDD told them to.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Well,
I can't believe they all bought it.
That could just mean that turn.
No, he loses every turn from now on.
Lose all turns.
DDD stole all the turns.
The lost turn prank again.
Wah, wah.
You regressed to yellow Kirby?
Move 2 spaces, which means I go back 2 spaces.
You can't get out of there.
My mind games are impregnable.
Alright, my turn. DDD can't keep me down. I draw my card. Oh, but I go forward 1 space, but the bridge collapses. There's a bridge. Now I go back here.
Yeah, that's.
All right, Gooms has lost his turn, so now it's Pier's go.
Allow me to draw this card, which allows me to move 1 space and take the shortcut that I told you I was going to take.
Oh no! He took the shortcut, which he told us he was going to take.
All good things come in time.
Yeah, well.
Much
you know
like
what
my
else
Mike
comes-
Kirby.
You know what else comes in time?
No.
4
My
time signature.
victory! Booyah! 1, 2, 3, and then 1 extra for the road. I win, baby.
Actually, how do you know it's not like Sorry Rules where you need exactly the right number?
Players continue moving around the board following instructions on each space until someone reaches finish. It doesn't say someone reaches finish exactly.
Well, you didn't reach finish. Maybe you loop back around to start.
Maybe you're on loose turn now.
Yes, I got 4, so I moved 2 spaces.
Okay, we gotta see who's second place.
Alright, yeah,
Okay, fine.
y'all can compete for second
Okay,
now.
Gooms, go ahead.
Oh yeah, this is a top ride map.
Okay, I'm catching up.
You used my shortcut, but it's okay, because I'm flipping up and I'm moving 4 spaces. Which allows me to use the superstar.
None of us
It
actually
makes you
warped
extra
together, so-
powerful. 2 spaces.
2 spaces. What do you think you can do with a paltry 2 spaces? Now I move 3 spaces, which puts me at the finish line.
Alright.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
About... Good game? There.
No.
You can go over there.
No, it wasn't.
Rude.
I hate this game.
I caught it. We can read the rules. The rules are still here. No, you can't
No.
take it.
No
You
one
can't
can
take
have
it.
fun.
No, I'm taking it. This is more competitive than Waddle Doom.
Alright, we
Oh,
actually
you
do...
could just do.
There. So, we actually,
Honestly, that seems like a cool idea for a kids meal, but it's not much for an actual game.
Oh,
Yeah, no. For a Wendy's kids meal, this is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Like
Con-
hell, this is
consider-
better than the shitty like Sonic Adventure
the-
Game
the-
and Watches I
the-
got.
little...
Yeah. You have to consider that Wendy's toys are meant to not be something that's great, but something that amuses you for 5 minutes. And this
Wendy's-
is more
Not
than
only
that.
are they that, but they're that, and they couldn't get the rights to anything else because they're Wendy's.
Yeah.
So like, this is the C list amuse you.
Yeah.
Alright, well, what's the B list? A list is obviously a McDonald's. And
Burger
what
King.
McDonald's can... Okay. Oh,
Like that was actually competitive back in the day.
that's true. That's true. That's right. I forget about all the neato Pokemon toys Burger King had.
Pokemon
Man,
ones,
did they-
and then they were the DreamWorks one to compete with Disney's McDonald's.
Oh,
Do
duh.
they even have kids meal toys anymore? Because I don't see them advertised when I go to any of those restaurants.
Sometimes
McDonald's
I saw like
absolutely does.
yeah, I saw McDonald's has like you can select if you want a Star Wars or a Moana toy.
I see.
Yeah, they're still rocking the boys and girls toys.
That's not very progressive of you, McDonald's.
No.
Guys,
There,
McDonald's isn't poggers.
that's the word. All right, there is another board we could do. Do you want to do that? Of
No.
Okay.
I mean,
You
it
sure
has
you don't want to
DDD
do the
on it,
DDD
but-
board?
Why would we not do the D&D board first?
Because we have to work our way up to it, man. All right.
No.
Yeah.
Your logic was
Huzzah!
terrible. D.
I mean, it has escargoon on it, too.
Why is it like... Oh, okay. It's a sassy escargoon. Good.
All right. Same characters as before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Diva Kirby.
I will be Firebrand Kirby this time. All right. And youngest goes first. You're up here.
Okay, I'll be a baby, and I will flip my card, which allows me to move 4 spaces ahead.
All right. Then I'm next, and I move 5 spaces ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I get to draw again. And I
Why is
move 1
D&D
space
not a
ahead.
prank?
There. No, because they're nice. This is the them board.
2 spaces. I'm not very good at this game, I have to say.
Yeah,
Your pathetic energy is not strong enough. My energy, however, where I move 2 spaces ahead, that allows me to tie your previous roll. What can you possibly hope to achieve?
Hey, use the discard pile. It's there for a reason. Yeah, well, I move 1 space ahead. So,
He's playing for
got
bonuses.
that.
Stop him. Yeah, I'm going for Card Star this game.
You've eaten through all of the low level ones, so does that mean I get? No, I get a low level one too.
But you get to go ahead 1 extra space. Slow and steady may not win this race, but the combination of your grandpa's cards and your heart and your needle hat will see you through. Now watch as I continue. Get the fuck out of here, Green Kirby. No one fucking cares about piece of shit.
Ouch.
You killed him.
Move 3 spaces. I don't need anything else.
Yeah, well. Hata! I move 2 spaces. Now I'm caught back up with you.
And I move 5 spaces. Oh,
Oh.
watch out.
Please get off of me.
Whoa, it's a party.
Please. I can't pick myself up. Oh yeah.
Time
Guess
for
what?
a duel
I'm
mini
flipping up
game.
this
Hey everybody, it's
Ignore
mini
it.
game time.
Move 3 spaces.
No, get out of here.
Move
I moved
3
3
spaces.
Nope. Stop. 1, 2.
Do you guys know if Kirby's Sweets Party is on Tabletop Simulator? Japanese exclusive tabletop Kirby game. Huh.
I didn't see it while looking through different mods, unfortunately, but it might be under a different name or something. I was just looking for Kirby. Maybe it's
So
like
my turn.
Kabi. Yeah, you're up.
Yes.
1 space.
Well, no, because that means
Oh, I get a draw again.
Kirby, you have reached the draw again space. That means you are allowed to draw again, Kirby.
Another one.
Kirby, I gave you such an opportunity. You are such a disappointment.
all right.
Every single time.
All
I
right.
cannot
Feels like
believe
there's
it.
more. Feels like there's more 1s and 2s than anything.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, it occurred to me that so this was assembled from kids' meals. Probably they gave you like booster packs of these with the kids' meals. So theoretically, you could amass a pretty hefty deck depending on what cards you pulled.
Oh yeah.
I'd imagine
Maybe.
that's how they would have done it anyway.
My turn.
Yeah. It's your
Yeah, I'm deed to deed.
Okay. 3 spaces. Man, you're good at this game, Connor.
What can I say? We
Yeah,
finally
damn.
found my calling. We need to switch
Finally.
to this on Sunday.
All
nights.
right, but now it is time. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I get to draw again, according to Meta Knight, which allows me to draw the next card, which allows me to move 3 spaces. Fuck.
That was just a longer way of doing what I did.
I'm aware.
All right, Goobs.
Came out in
Catching up
2016,
on
so
ya.
maybe it's too recent. Huh. That's really neat.
sorry,
I'll have to
that's-
look. I'll have to
that's
look
your
at that.
card.
Yeah, to give it. That's 4 spaces, baby. That means I get to. That means I get to go Blade Night. Or is that Sword Night? No, that's Sword Night. That's Sword Night. That's right. And then I get to move 4 more spaces. Motherfucker!
You lost a turn.
I did lose a turn.
Oh, you haven't been stacking these guys.
Yeah. Well, I'm not the star stacker.
We're not a cheater. We don't stack the deck.
That's true. All right.
Super Cute has
that's
the
me
Kirby
next.
Cafe aesthetic. That's
That's-
really great.
I move 2, and I get to draw again.
Uh-oh.
I move 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I get to draw again. Hata! 5
This
spaces.
this combo move is unreal.
I win, baby. Oh yeah.
Man, what a finish.
This game is bullshit.
It is kind of easy to just run away with it after a while, isn't it?
What would be the best Kirby attraction at Nintendo Land? That's a good question.
Oh shoot, yeah.
Let's
I kind of
see.
want that Kirby restaurant to just be a permanent attraction.
I would love the Kirby Cafe.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love that.
No, it's Bear Suit with Mario Kart. Like for a thrill ride, the Warp Star is the obvious gateway there. But...
Oh, obviously, yeah. That or a cannon.
Mhm.
Is it run by Chef Kawasaki? No, I think it's run by just the Waddle Dees. But the thing is, so they're all Kirby themed dishes at the Kirby Cafe. And they also have it where if you go in by yourself and you don't have anyone to hang out with, they give you a little Waddle Dee plushie that just hangs out with you. Like, legitimately, they put a little Waddle Dee in the seat next to you so that you have a friend. Sadness style. Yep. Alright, so we have one other game that I have prepared.
All right.
This isn't an official game. This is a fan game that was created by, and I put down the name so that I would remember it. User's name is Pula Hoko, or something like that. And it is called Kirby Gourmet Race Board Game.
Not the best title, but
Give it a minute to load. We won't.
Oh, wow.
tablet.
this
All right.
actually looks pretty involved.
Yeah, this is like, wow, this is a real board. It's got levels. There are layers. There's a chest.
Uh-oh.
Why is there like a Zelda chest?
It's just a chest. Oh, crap! We lost Booms. That
Oh,
chest
dear.
was the best. There we go. Stupid tablet. One of the things you can do in Tabletop Sim is you can have little tablet. I'll explain the board in a sec once Gooms gets back. But one of the things you can do in Tabletop Sim is you can actually generate tablets that just give you access to the internet.
My apologies. I got booted from Tabletop Simulator. I need to rejoin.
That's all right. Probably because this board spawned with a tablet, so it.
Oh yeah. Can
probably.
you delete that?
Yep, I did. Not to worry.
Yeah. The tablet is a consistent resource drain.
Oh, I probably need to invite you back into Tabletop Sim just a sec.
Yes, you do.
There you go.
Yeah, this is really cute. You got the Lololo and La 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 blocks. You got Big Switch. It's all the superstar sprites fully realized. I'm like grocerying it for the audience, but they can't see my camera.
Well, we can see your purple hand.
Well, yeah, but you can't see the cool dynamic sweeping shots I'm doing for cinematic flair.
Here, I can do dynamic sweeping shots. All right, so the setup of this game is it's Gourmet Race. The two of you will pick one of the characters over here that you'll play as, all the helpers and a couple enemies to boot, down
Cool,
bottom here.
Cool, I picked Grizzo.
Nope, you can't pick Grizzo because Grizzo is a boss character. I play
Cool,
the
I
boss
picked Marks.
characters. Marks is a boss character. You can't. I play one of the boss characters.
Cool, I
You
picked
guys-
Marks.
No, no, no. Get out of here.
I
No.
pick Ado.
Well,
Yo,
so...
what's this 3D model is squishy?
Well,
Squishy.
All right. So the setup they have here is you pick one of these characters down here, and each of them have different abilities. You have to look through the deck right here under 32 player cards.
Oh wow, it has unique.
Oh
Yep.
wow, that's
Each character has different mechanics. While you're poking through some of those, the idea is that you have however many turns we decide upon to run around collecting as many pieces of food as you can. Whoever has the most pieces of food at the end of the game, whether that's amount of turns or just all the pieces have been collected, is the winner. So you each play as different characters, and different characters have different abilities, or they have different move speeds, and also different attack patterns that they can do. Each turn you can make a move and make an attack. You can move up to however many spaces you roll. And actually, I will look here for it to be a little easier.
Remind me how you look at cards in a deck.
right click and select search.
Yeah, but
Search.
then how do I actually read each one?
It's supposed to.
Highlight it and then it'll zoom in.
It's supposed to do that. I'm not getting that myself.
Oh, I'm
But-
getting
Me
that.
neither.
Maybe it's because you're getting that.
Okay, that's possible.
So that's okay. I can at least just scroll in here. So I'll just use the misnamed Waddle D or Waddle Do. So what they do is they explain. They give you a little blurb on them. You have a number up
now it's
top
working.
here. The number, that's the die that you roll to move for the character. And then in the graphic, they have a bunch of red blocks. That's your attack range. So I'm looking at Waddle Do here. When he attacks, he hits 2 spaces in front of him, as well as this space right here, kitty corner from him.
I like the lore on these, for Parasol
Waddle
Waddle
Dee's
Dee. It's
icon.
just
sorry, go ahead.
wants to enjoy a nice stroll. Cappy is thinking about refinancing his home. Bonkers wonders why he doesn't have any friends.
Oh, bonkers. Right.
Samir has a ridiculous fashion sense.
All right, I think I've settled on who I want to be. I haven't actually read through it, but I have a top 2. But I'll let
Okay.
you pick first, Gooms. Go ahead.
Oh, let's see.
And go ahead and draw whichever card of the character that you end up going with, too, just so I can show that off on camera.
I think I am going to be Bronto Bert because it's
Alright.
proud of its manly eyebrows.
Okay, you can go ahead and pick up Adeline out of the deck too, because I want to play as Adeline.
All right.
Well, I was going to do that, but I don't see it in the deck.
Oh, it's in there.
Is it?
Yeah, she's in there.
Let's see. She is. Here, back out.
If
for
you
a
wanted
sec,
to be
please.
outline, I can.
No, it's fine. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so just taking a look at the card so everyone can see. Brontobert, proud of its manly eyebrows, crash into one enemy in the red, flying. So since you're a flying character, you have some special properties. I'll get into that in a sec. And when you move, you roll a d8. So you will want to have this red guy readily at hand.
Okay.
Let's see. Here's
There we go.
Adeline
I pulled.
here.
Yeah, I pulled outline out.
Seeking artistic inspiration. You cannot move and attack in the same turn. If yellows are empty, draw a Waddle Dee and roll d6 to move it. Collide with an enemy to attack. Waddle Dee can pick up food for Adeline. Waddle Dee disappears at the end of your turn. Okay, so you basically send out minions that can do stuff for you instead of you can send out minions to do your dirty work for you.
Yep, and I think I need the Waddle D card as well. So let me pull that out.
All right, you will want little Waddle Dee here as well.
Yeah. So let me see if I can find him.
Why don't you go ahead and put those in your hand just so you have those always for easy access.
If I can find him. Yo, Squisher!
Wasn't there a button you could push to like zoom in on a card?
Is there?
Just make it like cover your whole screen.
I think
I
maybe
just use the
control if you're
scroll
looking
wheel
at
to
it.
zoom in.
I don't have a scroll wheel.
So, like,
there's
okay.
there's a button you can push and it just makes the card
There's
cover.
Waddle D. Yeah, no, you're right. There is. Then what's Waddle D's text?
Oh, here, I'll zoom in for that.
Alt is what it is. Thank you, chat.
Alt, okay. Waddle Dee, don't underestimate him. One enemy in red is attacked by accidentally bumping into them. Waddle Dee can lift, carry, and throw star blocks. Hey, handy.
Nice.
Alright. Now I have to pick one of the boss characters, and I got a few options too. So I'm just looking through the deck here. I can be Meta Knight. This fearsome boss wanders the board in search of a strong opponent. One enemy in the red is struck with a blow from Meta Knight's sword. Scarfy is cute until someone gets close to it, then it turns into a monster and gets stronger. Chef Kawasaki, this boss is in search of fresh ingredients for his next dinner. Grizzo, this boss rampages across the board. All enemies in the red are attacked, and Grizzo goes to green. Blocks in red are destroyed. I will probably be Grizzo for this game, but there's a couple others that I want to highlight. There are a couple repeats between the bosses and the player characters, so like Waddle Dee, you can be Waddle Dee as a boss, you can be Adeline as a boss, you can be Squishy as a boss. Waddle Dee's is kind of fun, actually. Let's see. Where are you? Right here. Waddle Dee. Is this really a boss? It behaves the same as a normal Waddle Dee. Maybe you just got lucky by getting an easy boss. Or maybe the GM just felt sorry for you. Nah, but I will be Grizzo to start. Okay, so I will take this so I have this at hand.
I'll draw mine. Mine too, rather.
Alright. So now, the way this works is, you can both place yourselves wherever you'd like on the board.
Okay.
Completely up to you where you want to start. For this first game, let's say, maybe 10 turns. I'll see how many pieces of food you can get in 10 turns.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, and by the way, the rules are laid out in the notebook, so if you click the notebook button at the top of your screen, you can scroll through that just to see what you're working with specifically.
So, what does being flying do, you said?
Right, so because you're flying, these players are always treated as occupying a block one space above the ground. Flying players aren't hurt or affected by hazard blocks they are on top of. So that's not really a thing in this board, but on some boards you might have like fire blocks laying around or ice blocks. And in those cases, your movement would be impacted going over them. But
Gotcha.
since you're flying, you actually aren't impacted by that. And actually, I think you can just fly over water as well. So you're kind of sitting pretty. Theoretically, the balance though is that you're the balance is that you're not super strong. Actually, you can book it pretty nicely. Let me just check one thing. Yeah, non-flying players who are in water tiles have their dice rolls for movement reduced by 2. So that doesn't affect you at all.
Okay.
All right. And then I have to place myself as well. I will put myself... here.
Ass. So how many hit points do we have?
So the way... so I have 5 hit points. You guys don't really have hit points, but what you do is when you attack one another, you roll a d6. If you get 4 or higher, actually I forget which way it goes. All right, yeah. If you roll 4, so if Gooms attacks you, you roll d6. If you roll 4 or higher, you dodge it. If you roll a 3 or lower, you get hit and you lose a piece of food. That food will then be thrown into a random place across the board, and we have this board launcher here to place food in places.
All right.
That's cool.
If you defeat me, then I drop 10 pieces of food all around the board for you to pick up. Let's see. If you... see, most food is worth 1 food, obviously, but Max and tomatoes are worth extra. Just checking real quick to see how much extra. Yeah, Max and tomatoes and lollipops are worth 5 food each, so you definitely want to collect those if possible.
Okay.
There's also chests and switches. Chests, if you open chests, the rules don't say anything specific about them, so we'll just say if you get them, or if you get to them, you can just open them. Switches will do something on the board. They will have some sort of impact that I know about that you guys don't. And it's up to you to decide whether you want to go out of your way to hit a switch to see what effect that triggers, or if you just want to ignore it and focus on the food that's there. Finally, you can push gem blocks with you, along with you as you move. Does that all make sense?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Alright. I think that's about the gist of it. Now the question is who goes first. I'm not actually... the game doesn't specify, like, youngest goes first or anything like that, so... I guess, roll d6.
Let's just do youngest goes first.
Okay.
All right.
Alright, so Pierre will go first. And then I will go after both of you guys.
Okay.
Actually, real quick, before we get into it, I just want to see if I can get, like, a counter on here. Alright, here we go. I have a counter here placed by me. I will tick that up when it is bottom. I'll tick that up after I have gone.
Okay.
So this will count out how many, what turn we're on.
All right. Let me ask you a question. Does summoning a Waddle D count as my attack?
Let's see. How is
Or
it
is it attacking
phrased?
with Waddle D? It says you cannot attack and move at the same turn. If yellows are empty, draw a Waddle D and roll a d6 to move it. Collide with enemy to attack. That is the exact phrasing of the card.
It sort of sounds like you just automatically draw a Waddle Doo, I think.
If it's empty, okay.
Yeah. So that's how
that's
we'll
what I
do
would
it.
assume. Okay. So I'm gonna. So obviously, first turn I have Waddle D in front of me. I assume it's just the space directly in front.
Mhm.
And then I have to roll a d6 for both myself and for Waddle D.
All right.
So let me do so. That was 4.
If you want to roll it, you can just
Yeah,
there
roll.
you go. You got it.
Okay. So that'll be
So-
for me, and this will be for D. 4 and 4. Got it.
Okay.
So
And
will-
you can just move freely. You could do a straight line. You can do back and forth.
gotcha.
I will say these I don't know what color these are. These raised blocks here. You can't just.
You have to
jump
go up a level.
Correct.
Correct. So yeah, move them properly. Okay, got it. How do I get to the treasure chest up here?
Well, it doesn't. It sure doesn't look like you can, does it?
No. So how?
There's probably a switch.
Cool. Gotcha. All right. So.
Oh, and by the way, you can destroy star blocks.
Mhm.
So if like these blocks over here, if you really wanted this grape, you could just punch out blocks and get to it.
Gotcha. All right. So. Sorry, try and do math. So I will go 1, 2. I'll just go 4 over here
Okay.
to
Careful.
to get away from
Careful.
to get it to get
the lid.
Okay, pretend it's 1 over.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay,
There she is.
to get away from Grizzo, and then Waddle Dee will pick up these 2 pieces of food and then
Okay.
disappear.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and collect those pieces of food.
Okay, do I just add them to my hand?
Sure. Sure, and we'll count food later on.
All right.
All right, Gooms, it's your turn.
Okay. I got a fort, so I just move like right here. Get all these foods.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, go ahead and collect them. All right, it's bear time. Oh yeah. All right, so I roll a d4, but then I can attack as well, and that lets me move as well. So I am going to roll a d4. We will roll that. Let's see, I get 2. Oh boy. And just to check my roll, non-flying players who are on these tiles have their dice rolls for movement reduced by 2. Just making sure. Okay. Alright, so I see you and I'm like, rah! So I move 1. I'm in a water block now. Since I'm not flying, that reduces my remaining movement by 2, which means I stop there. However, I can still attack. And I'm going to use my attack because even though it doesn't let me hit you, it still lets me move. So, since that isn't considered a move, I automatically move. I automatically go forward 3 spaces. So now I am here. So rah, coming at you, Flyboy.
Alrighty. So
And
let's
Okay.
up the. Yep. Go ahead,
Up
up
the
the turn
counter.
counter.
all right.
So I'll go, and I don't think I could summon the Waddle Dee on the race platform, or I don't think I could do it on elevation.
So you could step up here if you want. So I would say
Can
yes.
I
you could.
can I put Waddle Dee here?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will generate Waddle Dee. And I will go ahead and where's the dice? Where's the
Where'd you-
D6?
Oh,
Oh, it's right over here.
yeah, you
Yep.
have the D6.
So that is a 6 for me, and for D that is a 6.
6, lucky.
All right. So
Ox
question
cars.
is where to go. So I think for myself, I am going to give myself a sprint. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one right
Well,
Pretend it's on, not the switch, but the one underneath. Yeah, that one underneath.
there.
Yeah, there, perfect.
All right.
And for D, I'm going to do 1, 2. It was here. 1, 2, and then 3.
Okay.
So
you
I'm going to
that.
collect. I'm going to collect that. So let's draw that. And then he has the special ability to move star blocks.
Okay.
So I'm going to move one of these on the side instead of destroying it. I'm going to move it to the other side.
Okay. Let's see. I can get that for you. It's currently locked,
Cool.
so I will unlock that and then
Cool.
move that there.
Move that one.
And
Yep.
Remind.
That's
now,
4. Do I have another action?
Does it say that Waddle Dee stops moving after he moves a block?
It does not. It says that he is just capable of it.
Okay, then I would say you should be able to keep going.
It says Waldy can lift, carry, and throw star blocks. So that would be 4 or 5 because I set it down.
Yeah, we'll call that a move. So, so you started here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I think you have one more move.
Okay. Then I will have Waldy lift up the block,
All right.
and then he will disappear. So the block will go on his space, and he
Okay.
vanishes.
Ow.
And the coffee goes in the hole.
Yeah, we assume food is affected by gravity.
Yes.
All right, so move your man so that I can place this block.
Okay. All right.
As per usual, food is affected by gravity.
Sure, it's like that. Perfect.
The way I read it, I think it's just that I can't use Waddle Dee to attack if I move. So I can send him out, but I can't.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I have basically no advantage other than maintaining a space.
Yeah, agreed. There. Perfect. All right, Gooms, you're up.
Okay. 7.
Actually see the die.
It's down here, right
Okay.
here.
Yep, that's definitely a 7.
Do you have to stop to hit switches?
I will say you can hit them as you pass them, like in Kirby.
Because that's how it works in Kirby. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, so collect your food, and you boom stomped the switch.
Yep.
Does this have a specific thing?
I think you have to unlock it and then...
All right. So, boom. You did that, and what that does is, let's see, can I select multiple of these? Boom. Oh boy, this is gonna be a little messy. Bear with me.
You just destroyed part of the world!
So those are normal blocks now.
Yes. Which one of these is? One of these has to be normal. You. We will clone you. There. There. There.
Not actually good for me to hit that because I'm flying, but good to know.
Yep. Oh, great. Game can be a little jank.
Well, that's just tabletop simulator.
Yeah.
So this is a normal line. Don't be beguiled by the earthquakiness. What you did do though is give me land to stand on. So, thank you.
Ooh.
Alright. So now it's my turn. I roll. I get 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I stop here, and I'm going to use my attack that lets me lunge here, and I do hit you. So now you have to roll a d4. Or a d6, rather.
But you hit the switch, so doesn't that turn the water back?
Switches don't, that's not how switches work in Kirby. It just does it one way.
Well, that's how they work in Kirby's Dream Course, but...
Oh. The instructions don't say anything specific about that. I will...
I'll roll a d4, and then I have to eat dinner. So where is it?
Okay, d6 rather, I meant.
Okay.
Alright, you
4.
dodge the attack.
Alright,
good.
I'll be back soon.
Okay.
I feel like this game's rules could use a second pass.
Yeah, part of what I want to do with this play is it seems like a really neat idea. Admittedly, there's a lot that's left up to the GM's interpretation, as well as just a lot of like there's a lot of player characters. I don't know how well balanced they are. I don't know if like Bonker or actually Capsule J seems like he might dominate the metagame. But in any case, now it is your turn, Pierre.
Yep. And honestly, I feel like if you're spending too much time rules lawyering a game, then you're missing the point of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of adaptation, and you know, watching me enough for Mario Party, that if you can adapt the rules to how you see fit and best benefit you, then that's part of the game. If no one else can tell you wrong, then you're right. So I'm going to make well D. That's 4 for me, and that is 2 for D. Okay, so Waddle D isn't doing jack or shit. So, because I really need my baby boy to roll a 4, but he did not. So he's worthless.
He's banished.
He goes to the Shadow Realm, Yugi boy. So then I have 4, so 1, 2, and then that cuts my roll by 2. So
That's basically your full move then.
Yeah, that's my full move is to get halfway across the water.
Alright, Gooms will be next, but he stepped away. I guess in the meantime, I'll just read through some of these other player cards, just because the guy who made this, they had a lot of fun with just some of the write-ups. So let's see. So Cappy is thinking about refinancing his home. Red spores in all directions hit every enemy in red. Blade Knight, despite being warned, he continues to touch swords. Metacrew Bolo, he made his visor himself. Metacrew Lancer prides himself on his cool helmet. Metacrew Axeman wants people to take him seriously. Metacrew Spinner, latest in spinning technology, flying. Wisp, this electrifying plasma spirit just wants to eat. Tack, a sneaky, devious thief. Sir Kibble, a chivalrous knight in search of a princess, maybe. Jungle Bomb, pineapples! Bonkers wonders why he doesn't have any friends. Zymir has ridiculous fashion sense. Biospark, a ninja who destroyed their entire action figure collection to test their abilities. Parasol Waldy.
Okay.
Just wants to enjoy a nice stroll. Gim, teach me how to be a yo-yo master, they said, but Gim just kept on yoing. Knuckle Joe, always thinking up new training regimens. Laser Orb, loves rainbows. Burnin' Leo has a hot-tempered personality, but is really insecure. Broom Hatter, always annoyed by a messy battlefield. Kaboo, always pondering life's greatest mysteries. Squisher, thinking about taking up writing. Rocky, his heart has hardened after a life of hardship.
That's so sad.
Yeah, some of these guys you just really feel for. Capsule J, his jetpack lets him zoom around the board at light speed. Mike, loves karaoke night. Natty, sleepwalker extraordinaire. Yeah, Natty's whole thing is that when after he moves, he makes people around him fall asleep.
That's nice.
Birdon. Birdon loves flying on bright sunny days. Wheelie is a speed demon always looking for the next big thrill. Wheelie's charge attack hits all enemies in the red and puts Wheelie in the green. Wheelie must always move in a straight line. Bugsy,
Okay, that's an interesting balance.
yeah, there's a couple of them that they play with. Wheelie is the big one. Most of them are more different based on their attacks. Like Bugsy can chuck people around, so he's very much a keep away character, or I guess just messing around with other people. He also freely interacts with, he can also chuck star blocks as well. Poppy Bros loves the smell of gunpowder. He throws bombs, so all of his attacks are ranged. But he needs space around him in order to attack from a distance. Chili's frigid personality might make you think he's giving you the cold shoulder, but he's nice once you get to know him. Chili's attacks are AoE all around him. Waddle Doom is not Waddle Dee. Let's see. They also play a bit with some of the enemies too. I see you were looking at some of the bosses as well.
Yeah, just the ones I care about.
Well, DDD's is fun.
Deity is just like, okay, I want to kill people.
Let's see. Wait, I have to. There. Yeah, Selfish King DDD wants all the food to himself. Also, I like that his die roll is DDD6. Whereas everyone else is just D6 or whatever.
Yep.
Nah, but yeah, there's a lot of... This is one that... So I was... I mentioned I wanted to do the other board game, and I poked around Tabletop Sim to see what else they had. There was a decent amount of effort into this one, so I thought, oh, this might be worth trying out. Just messing around with.
It's time to... Oh, yeah.
Hey, Eduardo.
Hey, Eduardo. Gooms is taking a little break, so we're just screwing around, I guess, right here.
So, I suppose while we're waiting is a bit of a thought experiment. So we've now looked at a couple of Flash games, some board games, and just looking at different ways that they did things where you could play Kirby without playing Kirby. They all kind of suck.
Yeah.
What would you do if you were tasked with, you have to make a Kirby Flash game or Kirby board game?
Just like a short... Okay, the difference between a Kirby board game and a Kirby Flash game is huge.
Okay,
so.
Well, we'll start with Flash game.
Okay. So, a Kirby Flash game.
I'm gonna put Naughty up here. He's worked hard. Whoop.
Honestly, Kirby text adventure with vague visuals. And you have to pick which power to use in a given situation, and then you get a friend.
Oh, that's
and
fun.
It's just humorous slice of life with Kirby.
Oh, that's cute. So
And then you get like little jingles. You get the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's simple. It'll take someone like a day of writing, I guess, and like no coding necessary. Like I could do the coding for that.
If it is just pure text adventure, you probably just take a couple stock images of things and you go from there. What game is this?
This is a custom Kirby board game, and we're playing it through Tabletop Simulator, which allows you to play any board game that is modded into a 3D virtual environment.
Yep.
And what is the exact version of that?
The exact version of this.
Or no, this game.
Oh.
What is this game?
So this game is called. Actually, I can display it here. This game is called Kirby Gourmet Race Board Game. I downloaded it through the Steam Workshop, and there's actually a couple. There's a couple different board games like this where. Hold on. Oh, wait. There we go. There's a couple different variants of this board game. The idea is that you can actually create your own complete board. So like there's a couple pre-made ones. Like there's another one with grasslands and castle here, but you could do like lava adventure where it's just all fire blocks, or you could have a string of bomb blocks put around. Idea is just that you can completely custom mod whatever board you want to do in the game. Just given this big rule set. They give you all these little pieces to play with, and you could just spend hours just putting together little boards like this in Tabletop Sim.
So in any case, for a Kirby board game, I would make it a card-based game.
Okay.
And are you familiar with the idea of just deck builders and just the idea of like slowly amassing power and whatnot? So what I would probably do is I would have everyone start with a Kirby, and what you're doing is you're trying to amass friends. And you're trying to make big old fortresses of friends. And at any time, you can send your Kirby off to another fortress to try to raid it for its food.
Oh.
And depending on the enemies that you have present, Kirby can copy their abilities and use them in order to beat the other cards. With obviously some cards being unable to be inhaled, like the bosses.
Oh, that's cute. Okay.
And it's just being a matter of which Kirby gets all the food. It's more of a King Dedede game now that I think about it, but I think
especially if you're sending lackeys to go raid another castle.
Yeah, but essentially it's the idea of gathering friends and then using Kirby to counter your opponent.
Sure. I like that in both of your examples you come to food and you come to friends, which I feel like are the big things for Kirby.
Well, that's the big motivator of Kirby. Like, a board game has to go, okay, what is the base value of this property that I am adapting? What is something that is instantly recognizable and can, like, turn around on an instant? Like, if you did a Survivor board game, for example, you're going to do the idea of outwit, you're going to do the idea of outwit, outplay, outlast. You're not going to do, well, what about this one physical challenge where they hold the button for 3 hours?
Fair.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Okay, cool. It is your turn.
Okay.
I drowned in a river. That's all that happened.
Yeah, he sent Waddle D, but it did nothing.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. Another 7.
7.
You get that lobster. You want the lobster.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Alright. Then it's my turn. Just a 1. Oop. Apparently I just hate you specifically. So I'm going to... Well, I don't know.
Well,
don't
actually, wait. Does that work because I'm flying and I'm up one higher?
You're right. So since you are one higher, I wouldn't be able to attack you at this juncture.
Yeah.
I actually don't know that I can attack my way up. That seems like that's kind of...
Well, if you look at your range on your card, it seems like you can attack one above you, but you can't attack two above you.
Oh, well, right. But I don't know that I can, like, use the attack to cheese my way up the way I have been across level plane. So
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
I actually think you're good to go there.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all right. So
All right.
now it is your turn, Pierre.
Okay, so I'm going to generate Waddle Dee underneath
Okay.
the switch platform to my immediate side.
He's
yeah,
underneath.
yeah, what? Yeah, okay. So let's roll for me, which is 3, and roll for D, which is 3.
Okay.
Okay, so Waddle Dee, can you do anything? No, you're short again. Waddle Dee. Okay, so I'm move one more spot across the river.
You're almost out. You
I'm
can
getting
make
there.
it. You
I'm
can make
doing
it. All right.
Can you drop off of platforms?
Yes. Yes, I would say you can do that freely. There are special rules for flying up platforms. Certain characters can do it as part of their move or as their full move. Other characters just have to walk around, but I would say that dropping off is a free action, or you can just do that freely while moving.
Alright.
Two. All right, so you get to move 2.
Okay.
All right. And do I want to go
Chat
after...
us if Kirby is in this game, and I don't think so.
Kirby is not in this game. This is just all the friends. Presumably...
Yeah, Kirby would win.
Yeah, Kirby would win. Canonically, he would beat everyone. All right,
Kirby should be a boss character in this game.
That'd be cute. What would he do?
Win.
Yeah, you have to...
1, 2...
You have to avoid him as best you can.
Yeah, if not, you die.
All right,
Or you
so
become part of the boss team as a friend.
attack 3. I'm going to say that I don't collect food.
Okay.
But now you have to roll to see if I hit you. So roll the d6. Over here.
Alright.
Oh, I did hit you. No dice. All right. I'm going to take one of your foods. Yeah.
Oh no!
And I put that into the launcher cannon here.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit the button.
Oh, you hit the button. What does the button do?
Didn't actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you meant not the timer. Okay. So.
Oh, no. So I hit the button that I didn't catch it, but it should have launched that piece of food onto the board somewhere.
Okay. So I am incapable
Right. I
of
have to push the button.
summoning a Waddle Dee in any reasonable position, so I will simply roll. And I get a 5.
That's
Alright,
reduced by 2, so you get 3 moves.
Oh, is it since I'm going out of the water?
I think it's since you start in the water.
But I entered the water, and that reduced my move.
Oh.
I'm not moving any water tiles. I'm getting out of the water.
That's true. Let's see. Who are on these tiles have their dice rolls for movement reduced by 2.
Okay.
Okay, so I think it's either start or end. So
All right.
in
I'll
case-
take it.
But you are out now.
All right. So
and you
I'm just deciding where to roll.
Sure.
One sec. Yeah, 3 there. I can't just
Steady, girl. Wait,
just-
I think she balances herself. Just wait. There
okay.
it is.
Oh, okay. All
There.
right. Okay.
There.
Okay. She's made
good.
it. She did.
She's
she
good.
did.
She's good. All right. Gooms, you are up.
Okay, I have 3 questions.
Sure.
First, can I pass you?
there is something about big enemies. I think... Actually, I don't know that it specifically says if you can just... I don't know that this says anything about specifically moving through other players' spaces. I will say...
Logically, I should be able to because I could fly, but...
But I am also... There's special rules in the rules about big characters. These players are always treated as occupying a 1x2 block space directly above the ground. In other words, they occupy the same space as 2 blocks stacked on top of each other. So technically, even though you are flying, I am also fat.
Okay.
So I would say...
But I can't fly up.
No.
But didn't you say there were rules to fly up, like...
There are, but they would be on your character sheet. Oh, also, this is...
Oh, okay.
That's where the food went.
Big enemies count as 2 blocks stacked above each other, so you can't fly above him because you count as 1 as well.
Okay. My other question is, what happens if I defeat you other than you leaving the board?
10 pieces of food will drop on the board.
Okay. And,
there it is.
my last question was, can I attack and then move, or do I have to move first?
I'd say you can attack and then move.
Okay. So I'm going to attack from here.
Are you able to attack? What's the range on your attack?
Yep.
May I see?
Yep.
Okay, just zooming in for...
Perfect range.
Yep. I am right in your range, so you can attack me.
Okay.
Okay, so now I have to roll a D6. I roll a 6, so I dodge.
Alright.
Yeah.
Seems really difficult to take down a boss.
A little bit,
It seems like you'd have to team up, yeah.
Bosses by default have 5 HP, meaning they must be attacked 5 times before being defeated. Yeah, I was trying to see if there's anything about how this boss only has 4 or anything like that, but I wouldn't.
It almost seems worth it to just get 10 pieces of food rather than to have them on the board, because that doesn't really seem worth it.
Inclined to
personally.
agree.
But okay, I guess
we
that
could probably
doesn't really hurt
homebrew
me.
rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is really good playtesting. This is solid Kirby Gourmet Rights board game playtesting.
There we go. Sure.
So I will roll
7.
7.
All right.
I'll get this.
All right.
And
So you're not able to pass through me, but you can drop off on either side.
yeah, that's what I was gonna do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There. Okay. So then you got 2 pieces of food.
Yep.
You can actually draw them into your hand like they're cards. So just right-click them and...
Okay.
Alright. So now oh no, he ran away. I guess no, you know what? Nuts to this. So I roll.
Also, this part right here, it seems
Yeah, I'll
incorrect.
say that one landed there.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm like, fuck this. And I go 1, 2. And then I lunge here, which would be...
Grizzo died on the way back to his home planet.
Brilliant. They don't take fall damage in Kirby. It's fine.
Okay.
All right, turn 6. You're up.
All right. So I'm going to summon Waddle D. He's going to be buddy. He's going to be right there. So I'm going to roll.
So that's 2 for you.
2 for me. And for D, it is...
Another 2.
So Waddle D dies. So Waddle D dies, and I go up 2 because I'm getting this damn big switch. I just want to know what it does.
Indeed.
Am I going to win the game? No, but big switch though.
Big switch though. All right, Gooms, you're up.
Okay. 4.
4. All right.
So I get both of these.
All right. Go ahead and draw 'em. Good. Good. You got it. Brown Bird has both of them. All right. Now it's my turn. I roll 2. Not rolling super high. I go Bwomp Bwomp, and then I get mad and do a bear lunge here. No. Here. No.
Well, underneath. Yeah, I get you.
Uh,
Why would you go after me? Like, there's 5 steps to get up. You're like woefully ineffective going after me.
I don't think Grizzo has realized that.
And I'm losing.
There. Okay.
What the hell is this GM? Okay, so I summon Waldy.
All right.
Okay, surely he can't fail me again. As I roll for me,
Hey,
which
6,
is a
not
6, and I roll for Waldy, which is a 1. Fuck you, Waddle D.
bad. Dead.
You got nothing, son. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I get Pepto Bismol.
You get Sody Pop.
Yeah. A and move and
All right. All right. Gooms, you're up.
Okay. Right.
Yep. There you go. Oh,
1.
bad luck.
Burp.
All right. So I think at this point Grizzo's realized, wait, no dividends whatsoever here. So except not in those words, because Grizzo's been very smart. So then.
well, Grizzo can be smart. Don't assume things about Grizzo. Grizzo's great.
Oh, but he rolled the 1. So 1 there, and then rawr, I'm a bear.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Turn 8.
Okay, Waddle D. I summon him like closer to the switch.
Okay.
Okay, Waddle D. Let's see what we got. So for me,
1.
we got 1. But Waddle
Good
D,
thing you got
what
your
you got?
buddy
What you
Waddle
got,
D.
Waddle D? What you got? You got 3? Oh, Waddle D, you could hit the switch.
Go hit the switch, Waddle D.
He gets that food and he hit the switch.
Boom.
He died to hit the switch, but you know what? You know he did it. He hit that switch for me.
And you know what that does?
What does that do?
Boom.
I see.
That's not how it's supposed to work.
Wait. Hold on. I got this. Ha! Wait,
This is a regular comedy of errors.
wait for it. There we go. Bam.
Okay.
Treasure's down there. Okay.
Brilliant.
Okay. And this is... Oh,
And
wait.
you get a roll too,
pressed.
right?
Oh yeah, I get to move 1,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Okay.
No way, I did move 1. Never mind.
Oh,
It was-
all right.
That's right.
So yeah.
All right. So now you're up, Gooms.
1.
1.
Burp.
All right. I'm big angry bear. Oh, and I rolled a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can't actually attack you because my range of attack is 2 and I end at 3. So I just stare at you menacingly.
Okay.
All right. Turn
All
9.
right.
Not a whole lot of game left.
Yeah, I'm realizing I can't get to that chest in time, but you know what? Whatever.
You might be
I
able
hit
to. Haul
I
ass.
hit the switch. All right, so Waddle D is going on the opposite side of me this turn.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
That's not enough ass for me. And while D's gonna roll, but while D
Should have
okay,
had
so while
D go in front.
that doesn't matter because he dies. 2,
Well, that's true.
3, 4. Break my shins. Get over here.
Sure.
And then while D breaks both of his legs, and yet he continues in a roll. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, crashes, falls off the board. Who even knows? But he got me a candy cane.
At the end of the
My
day,
life for a
isn't
candy
that what
cane.
counts?
Your life is worth 1 candy cane, Waddle D.
Oh, wait, I have to... Music stopped. There we go. Alright, Gims.
Okay, I'll roll.
3.
Hot dog. Hot dog?
Huh? Well, wrong bird. You got the hot dog.
Okay. Alright, I'm Big Angry Bear. I rolled a 4. I have to do bear strats. 1, 2... Oh, shoot, this is actually tricky. So, 1, 2... Oh, you might be lucky. I don't know that I can... Oh, wait, yeah, I can. 4. And then, rawr, I'm a big scary bear. Alright, you have to roll a d6.
Wait, you were... Where were you?
Oh,
He was
sorry.
2
So
out.
I started here. I did 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, that way. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. And then I lunged.
Okay.
Alright, roll to see if I hit.
You hit.
Eels. Give me that.
Whee!
Wait, what did I take your food?
Did you try to?
Oh, yeah, I did, and I missed the cannon, so here. Hatsa! Stop that. Hatsa! Stop that. Hatsa! There. Okay.
Okay, so I surgically repaired Waddle Dee's shins. And I summoned him over here.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll for me, which is a
6
3.
minus 3.
And I'm rolling for Wild D, which is
2.
fucking Wild D. You just get it. It's right there.
No.
Okay, I guess I'm going to end the wondering what the hell is in this chest forever.
Alright, Gooms. All up to you. What do you got, man? 4. 4 is what you got.
That's enough to get this.
Aw, you're like 3 peas in a pod.
Yeah. Right on top of it.
Alright. Then that leaves me.
And you are the last one to move.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Wait, no, I have to do this carefully. 1, 2, 3. Oh, well, hell, I can just do that. There. Brilliant. Alright, and then I do my bear lunge. Yeah. Alright, and roll the dice.
Oh.
Yoink. I'll take that.
Not my peas in a pod.
Just earned those. And it doesn't matter because we're at turn 10. Game's over. All right. Count
So
'em
I
up.
won.
I have 6.
6.
I
and-
have 8.
Now, do any of you have Lollipop or Maxim Tomato?
I have a tomato. I don't think it's Maxim.
Yeah, I
Nah.
don't have any special item.
All right. Well, that's that.
I don't see any Maxims on this board.
Yeah, I didn't see any Maxims to go for, so.
Oh, but there is a Maxim over here in this selection.
So, let's see. Actually, I don't know that there is a Maxim on this board.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I was going for the chest, because I was like, oh, fuck, why not? And also
Yeah.
because I wanted to see Big Switch. My only goal was Big Switch.
Well, there is no Maxim in the chest, but there was a Lollipop, so that would have been your swing. You had a good idea,
I see.
just didn't make enough, just didn't move, or just didn't make it in time.
It wasn't even an idea. It was just I want to see Big Switch.
Well, you did, and it paid off. Almost. Kinda.
Yo, Waddle Dee sucks.
Kind of a neat. I like that all the characters are high concepts though. Like,
Yeah.
Adeline, you play a lot with her having a minion. We were looking at some of the other characters earlier. Gooms. Wheelie is fast, but he only moves in straight lines. Bugsy throws
smart.
people. Chili has AoE, where he just constantly attacks around him. Naughty makes other players fall asleep and lose turns. And different characters have different range and such.
There are two. I like this game pretty well, but there's two major weaknesses that hold it back, I think.
Mhm.
One is that this board is just way too huge. It needs to
Agreed.
be a lot smaller than this. The second is that I would really like the spaces to be differentiated somehow, probably by like item spaces, so you can get an item and then use that on your turn to do stuff. That would add a lot of depth to the game, I feel.
Oh, sure.
But
I
this is a good concept, I think.
Yeah, I also imagine if you play with more turns, like if we did like a 20-turn game, it'd be a lot closer, or it'd be a lot more interesting where you'd have a chance to go for the chest, or maybe go for this chest up here, actually. Maxim Tomato is in this chest up top here.
That's just way easier to get to.
They're both worth...
I would have got it if I didn't. I would have got it if I didn't get cock blocked by Grizzo.
So I did my job. Meh, meh, meh. No, but
But yeah, if it were smaller, there would be like a lot more interaction between players, and it would make it so more stuff happens per turn, and just parts of the board would interact with each other a lot more, I think.
Agreed. Yeah, because you guys basically just went in separate directions, and if it wasn't for me haranguing you, it would have been just the two of you doing stuff and then coming back at the end, I guess.
Yep.
And also, because we go in separate directions, that means that the boss basically has to attack one player the whole game.
Mm.
That's the only smart decision for the
Mhm.
boss player.
I was
Agreed.
looking through, and Mark's actually is entirely different because he has no attacks, but every turn he turns one of the spaces on the board decided randomly into a hazard space, dealing
Huh.
damage when you pass over it, which is a good idea if the board wasn't so massive and that wasn't so easy to avoid.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think this board could easily be like a third of this size.
Yeah. Now there are other boards. There's a couple that the developer of the game, or the Pulahoko put together, and there's a couple others pre-built that other people have done. But the intent is that you can actually completely mod it yourself using these pieces. So
That's a good idea. Yeah.
That is a good idea.
So if I wanted to, I could just spend a couple hours assembling a little board for you to play around, and we could experiment a lot with that, with just having the smaller board size and such. I kind of like this as just a one-off sampling of the game, though.
Agreed.
Yeah. I don't know if I would play this a lot, but if it got retooled a lot, I think that there is potential here.
Time to spend the next few hours making a board.
Basically, yeah. It's that's sort of the impression I got from how the rules are laid out, where it's a GM monitoring the game, not just us as players and such, which is a neat idea for. You don't see that a ton in board games, where you have a dedicated game master versus everyone else, or in addition to everyone else. Let's see. One thing real quick before we, because we had this conversation while you were out, Gooms. So we looked at a bunch of Flash games. We looked at a couple board games. All the official games, the official Flash games, and the official board game, kind of suck.
Yeah. Again, I don't think it's fair to say that the Wendy's kids meal collection is a really bad game, because the simple fact that it's any board game is pretty good for what it is.
Yeah, that's fair. But say that you were tasked with setting up doing a Flash game and a Kirby board game. What route would you take, or how would you do it?
I don't know. It might depend on what. So throw me a Kirby game in particular.
Okay. So, well, both of the ones we looked at were around the anime, so let's say that era, or in fact, where we're at right now. So, latest game that's come out is Squeak Squad. You can go as far back as you want to, but you probably want to stick with games from Nightmare and Dreamland on.
See, it's difficult because, maybe you could do some kind of little card game that's a Flash game, and you get copy abilities for Kirby, and then you have to match them against an AI that uses those cards, and it has little basic strategy or something like that.
Well, that's kind of fun.
That might be pretty easy to program and could be fun and addictive.
Sure. All right, I fixed the bridge. It now looks like it should.
Good. I'm glad that the bridge is okay. I'm glad that Grizzo is satisfied. Waddle Dee, why are you right up? Why are you upright? Waddle Dee, you can't be upright.
There. Oh no, you fixed him. There. Oh, no good.
Waddle Dee's dead party.
Waddle Dee's dead party.
Waddle Dee's canceled. Woo!
Yeah, and in addition to item spaces to get cards and stuff on this board, you could have teleporters to take you to other parts of the board, or ones that move you along a lot of spaces, or just more than normal ones. Because every space just seems like a normal except for the water.
Yeah, this board definitely plays down the hazards. There's a lot of arrangements you could do with fire blocks or bomb blocks, or ice blocks to just make it more interesting to go through.
Oh no, where did Waddle Dee go? Where did it?
Did you kill him?
Oh no, he's
Oh.
in space.
He's God. Ha!
He's Why did you break his ascension?
No, he's still ascended here.
Oh, thank God. Thank God we still have ascended D.
And logically, you would think these gem blocks would be like in an environment with lots of corridors, so you can push them in the way and prevent people from going that way. But I don't see much use for them really on this map.
Let me load the other map that the creator put together, or let me load another map that someone put together. We don't have to play it. I just want to show it off for for reference. All right, and no tablet on here, so not to worry. All right, so this one is Grass and Castle. Somewhat similar setup, a lot simpler board. Although you do have the castle, since the castle walls here, it actually cuts it off, cuts it in half quite nicely. So
I still think this one's too big, but it is a little better, yeah.
You also have more interplay with levels here, leading to the switch here. I don't really know what the switch would do specifically.
It would probably create a bridge either in the castle or would. Yeah, probably just a bridge to the chests.
Sure. You also have over here in the castle, I'd imagine you'd be able to push this block into the fire so that you'd create your own little bridge to walk through.
It looks like there's a switch here to do that.
Oh, yeah, I bet you that's it. So that would then just push that there and you'd be good to go. Also some fun with climbing up levels and such.
An interesting ally is the default boss here.
Yeah, I guess because as a boss, she's pretty similar to a player character, but she has more minions to send out. And she just hides while you take on her minions.
Mm-hmm.
But alright, how do you know what the switches do? Well, according to the rules, the switches... Players can activate these to trigger special effects on the board, which the GM has planned in advance. For example, pressing a switch could reveal a secret passage. It doesn't actually give specifics, so I just make shit up. I imagine when you make the board, you have an idea of, oh, this switch moves these around so that there's a clear bridge or something like that. But yeah, as with everything else, it's not specifically spelled out and is mostly just left for GM interpretation.
There's definitely a lot of effort put into this game for sure. I'll give them that.
Oh, definitely. But alright, I think that was about all of the ground I wanted to cover for tonight. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to do or talk through or anything?
No.
Okay. Alright. So, this was a little potpourri night. Like I said, not just a little night, just to hang out. We'll get back into the games proper, technically not next time, because next time we have Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Yep.
So we'll be stuck in Subspace Emissary Land for probably a couple sessions, but we'll have some fun with that, and we'll get back to the main Kirby games after thereafter.
We're gonna try to do co-op for that too, so that'll be nice.
So, in any case, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you had fun with just kind of a little change of pace. Not planning on doing any more of these, but it was a fun diversion for the time being.
Yeah.
Alright, so on that note, thank you once more for joining us, and we will catch y'all next time.
See you later.
Bye. Giant squishy.
It's not even squishy.